Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to Fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams.
And welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan to my right, your right, everybody's right. I'm Eli Moon. We are in the saddle, on the saddle, saddle adjacent here on your Wednesday. I feel like Kyle Cornell on Unfiltered. He's always like, June 24th, but I don't do as good of a job as Kyle. But I will say hello to all you hooligans and good-hearted people out there. Cannot wait to have a conversation with you for the next 3 hours. Of course, we're with you Inside Edge Prime Time from 10 to 11 p.m. And then, of course, the Daily Spiral with Autumn Chisholm, her co-host, right there. To my right, your right, everybody's right, Chad Bryan. And then, of course, we have Double A Anthony Alford at Midnight Run. It's at midnight run. It's going to be an exciting evening stream. We've had a lot of great coverage all day. Of course, the morning show with Omar Clausel Jr. If you missed that this morning, 10 to 11 a.m., go back and check that out. Omar went over one of his favorite vinyls on his Wednesday vinyl showcase. Really, really cool. He also taught some World Cup. If you really need some breakdown on the World Cup of who's who and why, this team is doing well and why I should get invested in these teams, Omar gives you all of that in his World Cup Minute. It's a really good start to the show. And then, of course, Kyle Cornell, 5 to 6 p.m. on Unfiltered. We had a lot of very, very important stuff we were covering. He also got a little sportsy with it, so it was a really good show as well. And now here we are in the evening stream. So we are rocking and rolling. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow at Inside Edge Net on all the socials. That's YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch. We're all over that. We are just doing the thing. Inside Edge Net. Go to our website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. InsideEdgeNetwork.com is where you're going to read about your favorite personalities like Chad Bryan, myself, and everybody does a great job weekly and daily here on the Inside Edge Network. You can go over to our partners page, couldn't do without them. W Energy, Monster Moments, SportsMemorabilia.com, Fanatics.com, AlleyRoseFragrances.com, and Omega Video Marketing. Couldn't do without them. Couldn't do without you at home. So go to the merchandise store. Grab a shirt, a polo, a hat, a mug, a windbreaker. Tuck it away for travel. Get ready to rock with the Inside Edge Network at InsideEdgeNetwork.com and download our app. We're on Roku. Inside Edge Network app. Search it, Inside Edge Network. Get the app. Get it with us on Roku. We're pretty much everywhere now, folks. So we are rocking and rolling. Chad B., my goodness gracious. How are you doing today?
I am doing pretty well. It's Wednesday. We're going to find out in a little bit if I'm caught up on my Love Island study guide that I received from Chisholm. I'm trying to check the World Cup stuff. Not so much for scores or highlights or anything. I'm just trying to see if anybody got abducted by aliens. I didn't see anything happen there.
Dude, I called you because I was freaking out. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
the
story
that was
the forecast. That was.
Chad is referencing what we saw across multiple reports, multiple news outlets or entertainment, Twitter accounts essentially, saying that a Brazilian psychic had seen the future that, she had 24 million followers. So of course, it's got to be true, right?
Absolutely.
And she saw that, Scotland and Brazil that was playing a game at 6 o'clock, that they were going to have an alien abduction of players, potentially fans, commentators. Chad, have you seen any abductions or anything like that from Scotland and Brazil?
No, I haven't seen anything.
Okay.
But I think if they were going to do it, maybe they would do it behind it. Maybe we wouldn't even know yet. They would just replace the Brazilian and Scottish players with decoys. We wouldn't even see it happen. So maybe it happened. Maybe it happened. We don't even know, Eli. We'll know if Brazil makes a run. They score 12 goals their next game, and everybody looks a lot faster. We'll be like, what happened there? But no, I'm perusing the headlines, and I don't see anything, so I don't think anything happened. I think we're all good. But I did hear that there was an update. She said might not be the 24th. Maybe I dreams sometimes they come in funny. It could be the 26th. Could be the 26th. I don't know that Brazil plays on the 20th. I don't know. I have no idea. So I don't know how that shifts now. So we have another day to look out for. Don't worry. I always say when these people when they predict these things, these huge life-changing events, right? There's always an out. It's well, if it's not that day, it'll be September 39th. Don't worry. It'll September 39th is the day. 100% this time. Got it 100%. I got some wires crossed. So I don't know.
It happens.
It's like the equivalent to me trying to watch the scrambled cable channels when I was a kid, right? You might see a little bit of what was going on, but you could misconstrue something, so maybe that's what's going on. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I mean, it happens from time to time. All psychics can get some things wrong, and if you don't pay them correctly or their hourly rate, then, they're definitely going to get it wrong. I mean, so I can completely understand. I get it.
It's like when you pay your contractor, and you pay them the initial whatever, but you don't pay them to continue the job. You get what you get, right? Sometimes they leave in the middle of a job if you're not paying it, whatever. It's kind of the same thing, I think.
Yeah, I mean, my goodness, wouldn't that be something, though? And I don't want to get too much into it because, I get spooked out real quickly. But wouldn't it be something if this was what the aliens decided they were going to impede on? Out of all the things, the World Cup, especially a year that the USA is doing well?
Right, of course. Yeah, of course that would happen. Yeah, well, we were on our way, and then, yeah, of course.
Well, maybe the aliens are just big USA fans or something, and maybe they're trying to take out Brazil because I'm losing brain cells, bud. I gotta.
Yeah, we gotta move on. I think.
Okay,
we're gonna do a shoulder turn.
Yeah, shoulder turn, and we're back. All right,
we're back.
Let's talk about it. NBA draft. A lot of stuff going on. NBA draft. Cavaliers made their first selection of the NBA draft. They traded out of the 29th pick yesterday, which would have been Alex Caravan out of UConn, a two-time national champion, very developed, strong forward that the Cavs probably could have used, but Cavs are playing a little bit of a game when it comes to acquiring assets and also not wanting to pay some of these first-round contracts. I heard that discussed with the New York Knicks earlier today on ESPN. Brian Windhorst was spending a lot of time talking about how the Knicks have avoided, because James Dolan doesn't want to go into that second apron, they have avoided having to pay a first-rounder by trading out of the first round, just saying, we don't want to pay that $3.5 million contract that we'd have to do. So we avoided that. Cavaliers seeming to be doing the same thing, Chad. So they got out of there yesterday. The Kings get that pick of Alex Caravan, who I think will be pretty good. And keep an eye on the Kings. I know that sounds silly to say. I'm not going to say they're going to be a playoff team or anything like that. But I do like what they're building a little bit right now with Darius Acuff. They ended up with Darius Acuff after the Nets passed on him at the 7th overall pick. So very interesting there. I believe that was the 7th overall pick. Just verifying my work here. They passed on him with the 6th overall pick. He was 7th to Sacramento. So keep an eye there. However, the Cavaliers, with the 34th overall pick from Sacramento, they took Malik Thomas, who is a guard out of Arkansas. And you know what? It just makes so much sense. We have so many guards on this roster. Why not add another one?
Let's add another guy who's 6'5" with questionable handles, but a high-effort guy, Eli. So those turnovers are going to come at the end of high-effort plays. So that's all we have to worry about. Yeah, it's fine.
It makes no sense to me, pal. It's and I'm not doubting that Malik Thomas is or isn't a good player. That's not even really what it is. What it comes down to is
fit. Yeah.
The fit, and the Cavaliers had a guy and here's a guy, Alex Caravan, that two-time UConn national champion, has a storied finish here at UConn. Being under the Dan Hurley run there. I mean, he's under one of the better coaches, not only in college, but when we take all coaches, college and NBA, we take all of those guys and put them in one big pool. Dan Hurley makes his way to the top of that discussion because, let's not forget, he was the Lakers' prime candidate before they went out and got J.J. Redick. He was going to be in gold and purple and gold, and so when you see that, and I understand there are storied careers that don't always work out in the NBA or in the NFL. For example, a young Eli Moon thought Colt McCoy was going to be the savior for the Cleveland Browns. Didn't happen that way, but you do see it more in the NBA where if a guy is constantly winning in college basketball and they're like the leader, and Caravan was one of those leaders in UConn or on UConn, then it's typically going to work out at least to some degree in the NBA. Jalen Brunson fell to the second round, and I know everybody can't be Jalen Brunson. Okay, let's be clear. But Jalen Brunson fell to the second round after winning multiple national championships at Villanova. And he was basically wrote off as he was just a good college player. Yeah. Well, I understand we are in love with the potential, and that is, the one and done. That is the thing nowadays. Mm-hmm. When do we start looking at the actual body of work? Because Alex Caravan, a forward, somebody that could actually improve the front court, especially with all this discussion of Evan Mobley, and you have Jared Allen, you're talking maybe LeBron and Allen, a trade there, a sign-and trade, or Mobley, the big rumors, and I don't know how they get the money to work, but Mobley for Jaylen Brown, all that. Yeah. Wouldn't it have made sense to keep Alex Caravan and just pay him the $3.5 million? You got a little bit under the second apron. You have a little bit of wiggle room with James Harden because, again, he just got in trouble in Houston. So you kind of have a little bit of leverage there on a 36-year-old James Harden. But no, the Cavaliers said we'd rather take Malik Thomas, which I hope works out. But we have another guard in the rotation. Mm-hmm. I don't know where they go from here. They have no other picks in the second round. We are still Jaylen Brownless. He is still a Boston Celtic as of what time is it? 10, 12 p.m. here on the East Coast. He is still a Boston Celtic. Chad, I just don't know how to make sense of all this.
Any word on whether or not we can work out a trade with the Heat to get a guy named Giannis Antetokounmpo? Is there any? Do you think they're tired of him yet there, or are we just kind of out of luck on that one?
No, I think they're probably already making a stat.
They're going to hold on to him. Okay,
yeah,
that's fine.
Probably.
That's fine. Yeah, I don't really know. I saw a comment the other day. Someone said, man, the Cavs just be making moves to make moves. It doesn't have to make sense. Is it a move? We'll do it. You know what I mean? And it's kind of true. It's like, let's get rid of all of our draft picks. Let's trade back from, an obscure pick to an even more obscure pick. Let's move off of a player who could seemingly help. And again, probably a rotational guy, whatever, but could help. Let's add where our actual strength is. Let's add a player like that. Instead of adding to the weakest areas of the team, let's add to the strongest area where we have the most guys. Not necessarily the strongest area, but where we have the most guys. I don't know. I mean, whatever. Some picks work out, some picks don't. After like 6 or 7, sometimes in the NBA draft, it's a little bit of a crapshoot. But I don't know. I'm not really sure what the Cavs have done. But yeah, I mean, like I said, no shade toward Malik Thomas. I mean, I'm sure he's a good basketball player. I just don't know about the fit. And unless they're eyeing a trade, who knows? I don't know how that would work and how it would even involve Malik Thomas. But yeah, here we are.
Yeah. Just kind of crazy, right? And Kobe Altman, we don't have the sound right at this moment. We'll try to grab it when we're coming back from break here. But this is from Cameron Justice over there at Channel 5. Cameron Justice put this out here. This is about Kobe Altman. She had asked about their draft process, making the trade back, and ultimately selecting Malik Thomas at number 34. Chad, this was Kobe Altman's response. We were looking at exit strategies all along. We certainly need to navigate this tax and second apron. Said Thomas was their clear selection after the trade. And we'll try to get that audio during the break and play that coming back from break. But it just seems like, again, and he addressed it right there. The president of basketball operations, Kobe Altman, mentions that the Cavs are trying to stay under the second apron. But for what reason? Okay, obviously, yes, they're trying to stay under there so they can sign players. But who is your plan? Who exactly is your plan? Everybody's pretty much under contract right now. James Harden has to be negotiated into, if you're not picking up your option, we got to sign you. But I think it could be a little more team-friendly. And he seems to be under the understanding at 37 years old that, okay, I'm going to take a little bit more of a friendly contract to get somebody in here that can actually help us. Mm-hmm. But what exactly are you staying under the second apron and focusing so much on? Because there is a reality where you do need to add some sort of youth to this team that's going to be here after Donovan crosses over 30 and starts getting into a little bit older. Jared Allen, still around the same age as Donovan, going to get over 30. I know that's not old. I get it. As somebody who's turning 29 here in a month, it's not old. But in basketball terms, we're starting to kind of get to the back end. Kyle, I hope you're not listening. But of these careers. And
back end. I don't know where it is.
Oh, my goodness. But no.
But I have a question. If he's such a high-value guy, Okay. And I'm not, again, no shade toward Malik Thomas. I mean, I would have him on the show tomorrow and I'd welcome him, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say that, but sometimes the NBA draft, it just mystifies me, right? If he's a high value guy, why didn't the Grizzlies take him at their pick at number 32, where they took a 6'5" Richie Saunders from BYU, who's coming off a pretty serious knee injury? Like I just, wouldn't you want to take the guy who's 6'5" and can move and doesn't have the knee injury? I don't know. It seems, like I said, after like the top 5, 6, 7 picks in the NBA draft, I'm mystified. And by the way, really quickly, you brought up Brian Windhorst.
Yes.
And we can talk about the whole idea of whatever he said, trading Jared Allen, to the Lakers to get LeBron to come here, and LeBron would have to be willing to sign. But he said the Lakers, did you see what he said? On ESPN, he said the Lakers would kill for Jared Allen. He said,
I did see that.
We got to teach Brian Windhorst how fractions and decimals work. He said they would do that deal in 17/10 of a second.
That doesn't work. That does.
And I thought, why? So is that like layered speak? Like, would they not do the deal? Would they hesitate? Is that what you're saying? It would take them longer than the 10th of a second? Like, I don't know what he meant by that, but whatever. Yeah, the Cavs. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what they can do. Maybe LeBron still ends up here. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. I feel like we're just going to make a lateral move somewhere.
I mean, that's your only move, really, is LeBron at this point, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're not comfortable, if you're the Cavaliers and you're not comfortable getting off of Evan Mobley or Donovan Mitchell, then it seems like based off what you mentioned there, and I did see that with Windhorst talking. When you say, did you see Brian Windhorst on ESPN? It's like, at what point, bro? He was on. Like 10 hours a day.
Yeah, he spends 3.5 hours a day on it. You're right.
Yeah, but no, you're spot on. It seems like based off what Windhorst is saying and reporting that Jared Allen would be the move, right? That moves this Lakers Cavs discussion, and of course it has to be based off of LeBron wanting to come back here, and all of that making sense too. But what else are you doing? Like, okay, so you move out Jared Allen, you bring LeBron in. You move Mobley down to the 4, now down to the 5, LeBron's at the 4. What exactly are we doing?
I don't know. And if you go get Jaylen Brown, where does he fit in with the starting line? Like, does James Harden then come off the bench?
You have to move off of Donovan Mitchell. That trade does not work for Evan Mobley. And I know Boston loves Evan Mobley. There's two. So I was talking to AA earlier today, and I'll kind of bring this to the light. And we got to go to break in just a few moments here. So I know you won't have too much time to explain or get back after tonight. But we will revisit this week because I think there's a lot of life about what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
I think Jaylen Brown's a Minnesota Timberwolf by the end of the week. By the end of the week. I think I said it yesterday. I said it Sunday night. I think Jaylen Brown is a Minnesota Timberwolf by the end of the week.
Starting to make more sense, yeah.
Anthony Edwards has never had a backcourt member that is actually around the same age as him, is pushing, towards wanting to win another NBA championship for Jaylen Brown and win his first, and Anthony Edwards. He's had Mike Conley. He's played well, but he's an aging veteran. They haven't really had anything to be like, this is your running mate. They tried with Julius Randle before it was Cat. And I know it worked in New York for Cat, but it didn't work in Minnesota for, what they were trying to do. So Jaylen Brown, boom, he's disgruntled. He goes to Minnesota. You kind of can lock in, do your thing, and just really play with somebody who's one of the best young backcourt members, or leaders in the league. So you see that. I think Jaylen Brown does end up as a Minnesota Timberwolf. However, if the Cavs look at this and go, we can get Jaylen Brown, but Boston doesn't budge, and Boston has got the best of us in a few trades already in the past. I mean, they still won. I know Kyrie didn't do much there, but what we got back was not great. So it does scare me, and I think Boston looks at us and goes, Evan Mobley, you have to come here. We want the big man, and we probably want Strus too. We want something else. We're going to need something else. Cavs are going to go get Jaylen Brown. What that does for the Cavaliers is opens the door up for them to discuss with the Minnesota Timberwolves and go, okay, hey, you didn't get Jaylen Brown because we did, but we have Donovan Mitchell who we can send your way. Donovan Mitchell becomes the 2 there in Minnesota, is an electric backcourt with Anthony Edwards. He doesn't feel as much pressure because he's not the guy anymore, and now he's in Minnesota. So my prediction is by the end of this week, Jaylen Brown will end up in Minnesota, and if he doesn't, if I'm wrong, and he doesn't by the end of the week, it's because something else is brewing up. Jaylen Brown will be in Cleveland, and Donovan Mitchell will be in Minnesota.
Okay.
That's why I feel. I feel it. I just have a good feeling about it.
And then Malik Thomas will be our starting shooting guard.
Well, that's why they drafted a guard, buddy. So we'll keep an eye on it all, JB. I'm curious your thoughts. I know I kind of dropped that bombshell at the end of the segment, but that's just my feelings. The more and more I see Minnesota's ending up with a very aggressive guard, somebody that can add right now for them and can run with Anthony Edwards. Whether it's Jaylen Brown or Donovan Mitchell, those two seem to make the most sense right now. Kawhi doesn't make sense. LeBron, as much as they want to paint, it doesn't make sense. Those moves, there are two guys they can go out and get right now to keep Anthony Edwards happy. Donovan Mitchell or Jaylen Brown. So keep an eye on it all.
Let's do it.
All right, cool. All right, Chad B, over to my right, your right, everybody's right. I'm Eli Moon. This has been, it will continue to be, and forever will be Inside Edge Primetime. We're just getting started here on your Wednesday. Remember, 3-hour phenomenon of a stream, as I like to call it, the one stream phenomenon. We have Inside Edge Primetime with Chad and I till 11 o'clock, the Daily Spiral with Autumn and Chad from 11 to 12, and then at midnight, the Midnight Run. It is Midnight Run with Anthony Alford. And we'll be rocking and rolling here. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow at InsideEdge Net on all the socials. Chabby, you look like, do you have anything pressing to say before we go to break? You look like you may have something on your chest.
Oh, I just thought maybe we should try to answer this question when we come back. When we get back from break, we'll try to. I don't know if the Jazz are going to make that big of a jump, but we'll tell you what we think when we come back. Maybe real quick. We can get on to that next segment. But yeah, that was a good question. I mean, the Jazz got better. I mean, everybody's going to have to be engaged and all in and want to play there and stay there. Yeah. For them to actually get in there, have to be on the floor.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll try to answer that when we get back real quick.
Sure will. Well, stay tuned, everybody out there, and Lone Werewolf in Arizona. Stay tuned. We'll answer your question when we come back here on Inside Edge Primetime and the Inside Edge Network. Chad B, I'm Eli Moon. We are back right after this.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
So I'll tell you what, we are in World Cup season, but Eli, I guarantee you they are not. I guarantee you Messi is not trying this.
Yeah, probably not.
Peanut butter, honey bun sandwich.
Probably not double A. I'll be honest. Now, you see behind me the World Cup Minute. We'll hear in the morning. And if you're hearing this after the morning, then you heard in the morning the World Cup Minute with our guy, Omar Clausel Jr. on the morning show, the Inside Edge Network morning show. And yes, Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, Pulisic, they are not having the peanut butter honey bun sandwich, but they're having a ball. Messi's been on fire. Ronaldo got on the board twice. And though we have been enjoying our soccer run, Double A, we talked a lot of basketball on Inside Edge Primetime. We talked about the NBA draft. We flashed back to the Vlade Divac and Kobe Bryant trade with Charlotte and LA. And we did our Tuesday top 5. We talked the best Miami Heat players of all time with Giannis Antetokounmpo going there. That was a lot of fun. And then, of course, I jumped on the Daily Spiral. We talked about Love Island. I think I passed at least a little bit of the test. We talked a little bit more Sorsby. And
apparently I did not pass.
You did not. You did not. But you know what you did do? You did a great job not only having that honey bun, and you also did a great job talking about the impact this Brendan Sorsby's news is happened today.
Yeah, we'll see if any more legal things happen with that story. But coming up tonight, will the Cavaliers actually make a pick? We'll talk about that with the NBA draft and a whole lot of other things. And our newest installment of Midnight Conversations comes your way, where we will try. I think all of us are going to try. Myself, Eli, and Omar. I think all of us are going to try the smoked bacon honey bun, bacon wrapped honey bun. Diabetes has just went up. 3 shows, 1 stream tonight, 10 o'clock, right here on the Inside Edge Network. Like and subscribe at Inside Edge Net. We're also simulcasting at Key on Sports on YouTube and Facebook.
And welcome back to Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan to my right, your right, everybody's right, and I'm Eli Moon. We are back in the saddle, on the saddle adjacent here on this Wednesday evening. How do you do, fellow Earthlings? It has been warm here in Cleveland. I got the update from...
Wait, did they get you?
No.
Sorry,
I should not have done that.
Are you? Are you sure you're you?
I mean, no, don't you play me. After you sent me those stories at one time, yeah, don't even play me, buddy. You guys want to know how scary Chad is? That's
it's
another
a spooky edition of. Oh, hold on.
I'm scared to do a Halloween show with you, man. We might take a day off. Is Halloween on a weekend?
I don't know. Let's look it up.
All right, let's look. Yeah, let's look. Who gets to it first?
Let's stop the show and look at the calendar. Hold on.
Yeah. Everybody, just stay tuned with us real quick while we look at the calendar. Just yeah. All right. Well, Chad's looking.
Saturday. You lucked out. It's on a Saturday night, buddy.
Thank goodness. Whew.
But that Friday night we'll celebrate. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, cool, awesome.
It'll be a
All
best episode.
Well, let's get after it, pal. We have
worse stuff.
Yes. I'm scared. Let's get after. They had a question coming before we went to break. Yeah. Lone Werewolf in Arizona, and thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully, I'd imagine you're in Arizona. But wherever you may be, thanks for tuning in. Which playoff team from last season will the Jazz supplant this season?
Or geographically challenged. Maybe they don't know where they are, and they're just like, Arizona's fine. Alphabetically, they're near the top. We're good. Yeah.
Love it. You know, they had the question about who the Jazz are going to kind of kick out of the playoff picture next year. And I think the Jazz are such an interesting team, Chad, because the Jazz,
I love it.
Those guys do all right too. But the Jazz have already a ton of talent. They showed it on ESPN. Yeah. I was watching some ESPN NBA earlier today, and just them showing the talent they have. Keontae George, who they drafted in the first round a few years ago. Yeah. Ace Bailey, who they took in the 5th overall pick last season. Yeah. They have Lauri Markkanen, who they were joking, on ESPN about him being the elder statesman at 29 years old. Right. But Lauri Markkanen. They have Jaren Jackson Jr., who they acquired from Memphis. And he didn't play, obviously, but Jaren Jackson Jr. And he didn't play for a myriad of reasons. That Jazz didn't play really anybody last year. But they have so much talent. You see some of these guys, Walker Kessler, they have a question they have to answer more so on him denying that $140 million contract Are they going to be able to pay that? We'll see. But they had a lot of potential. And now you look at the Jazz, they just brought in Darren Peterson from Kansas. And I think there's a few things about Darren Peterson that I don't like. One, the fact that he dictated basically his entire college career like I've never seen before. Telling Bill Self, mind you, not just some Joe bro, who just happened to pick up this gig. Legendary coach Bill Self of Kansas telling him, I'm only playing this many minutes tonight. I'm only playing the first half. I'm only doing this. And Bill Self, being a professional, understood the talent that he is. So, okay, we'll work with you a little bit, but that's why Kansas wasn't talked about in winning the national championship, despite the talent that Darren Peterson is, because he was very unavailable. And something Papa Moon taught me at a young age, Chad Bryan, is that one of your biggest abilities you can have is availability.
Yeah.
And right now, that's a big question for Darren Peterson. He was upset he wasn't the number 1 overall pick over A.J. DeBanza, who I think is going to be an absolute star for Washington.
Okay, yeah.
I think he's going to be a star. But I think Peterson's good, man. He has the talent. Just can he be available for the Jazz? For a team that doesn't like to make players available already, we wonder. So, to answer your question, Lone Werewolf in Arizona, which team would they supplant? I think the Jazz could be a sneaky play-in team. I don't think they're going to be, a 5th or a 4th seed next year or anything like that. But I think if they actually play their players and go out there and use what they have on their roster, I think the Jazz could be a team, depending on what the Clippers look like with Darius Garland and Kawhi, if Kawhi's there next year. I think they could be kicking the Clippers out of that type of position. Another team that hangs around there in the play-in usually is Portland for most years. Portland's always hanging around. I think they could kick Portland out of there. Just some of those teams. Phoenix sometimes hangs around. I think they're around that type of vibe, Chad B.
Yep, that's exactly. I was going to say Phoenix or probably the Clippers. For the Clippers, it's an injury concern. For the Suns, it's an age and supporting cast concern. I think it could be one of those teams. If the Jazz make that jump, if they actually put their guys out on the floor and play, the better part of 65 to 82 games, and then have some guys that could actually, qualify for awards, because you have to play 65 games. I think if they put some of that talent on the floor, that's about where they would be. They would have to take a couple of, mini little baby steps forward. They're not going to jump up to, like you said, a top 4 team or anything, especially in the West. But I think that's about, I think we're on the same page there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be interesting to keep an eye on the Jazz. If they play their players, I think they're a talented team. They're young enough. They can be scrappy. I was hearing talks, of Brian Winder saying, when you look at OKC, when you look at San Antonio, you need length and you need youth and depth to be able to beat these teams. And Utah's putting together the right roster. Will they actually play that roster? And can that roster develop into what they're looking for? We'll find out.
Speaking of the Jazz, by the way, if we're going to do a top 5 list of the top Jazz players, it would be the top Jazz notes of all time. That's what I went with. I figured that out last night.
Yeah, I like that. All right. Well, I think we're going to start doing that with some of the teams here coming up. I think especially as we enter the NBA offseason, we're in there right now. I think doing that would be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun, too. I know we have Way Back Wednesday coming up here after the break. I send you back in the time machine. I get real concerned. I haven't been as concerned.
I got it down now. I'm pretty full-time using the right fuel. I think I'm all good now.
Yeah, I believe in you this time. I believe in you. Now, with that being said, I had a question that came to my mind earlier today, and I just said, and it's not because I ate any food, anything, or have been absolutely stuffing my face for the last weekend and a few days into the week now. None of that, absolutely.
Right.
My question to you is, okay, July 4th, Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest is going to be back. Joey Chestnut, despite his legal issues right now, is going to be there. He's going to be defending his crown for the hot dog eating competition. And I'm not saying you can eat 80 hot dogs or 78 or 71. I mean, I understand. I get that's a lot of hot dogs. That's a lot. My question to you is, how many hot dogs in a 10-minute span, the way they do it, like you got to eat the hot dog. You don't have to do the same formula. Some of them are a little weird. But the hot dog and dip in the bun, how many hot dogs and buns can you eat in a 10-minute sitting?
I would like to say that I would have a chance to compete with someone. But the reality is, I'm a pretty slow eater. And it's not that I just like to savor my food, right? When I enjoy eating, I like to eat. We talk about food all the time. Every night I come in here, I sign into the studio and I'm like, I'm going to avoid the topic of food tonight. And here we are. We're going to talk about food, but then you guys got me with the, other thing, whatever, you show me food before the show. And I'm like, this wasn't supposed to go this way. This is why I end up eating at 1 a.m. every night now, but, got to start working out at 2 a.m. to make up for it. I don't know. I maybe 10, you give me 10 minutes. Listen, man, I would love to tell you that I can sit here and eat 20 hot dogs. It's not going to happen though. I just don't think I could do it. Maybe 10. Maybe 10. About a hot dog a minute, maybe. I'm not a speed eater. I don't know. I couldn't do it. Maybe about 10. Maybe 15. Maybe if I'm really hungry, maybe 15. But my goodness, the way I would feel afterwards, Eli, I don't know, man.
So, I mean, everybody knows I'm not a big eater, and I do kind of, I get the joke that I'm a bird eater because I I eat like a bird, I like come back and I pick at it and I eat like a little bit here and there,
Yeah.
I was the kid growing up that like if the burger sat there too long, I just start picking at the bun and like eating the bun. I was one of those kids. So I understand that this may not look like a formidable, I look like a formidable foe to this hot dog eating competition. But I will say this: if I fasted for like 2-3 days, which I do pretty regularly now. I mean, I'm on a heater right now in terms of eating food, but I do fast for like 2-3 days.
Yeah.
And if I did that,
here's a guy who can give you 15, maybe 20 hot dogs in about okay, sorry.
I'm telling you, I think for sure at least 20. At least 20 hot dogs in 10 minutes. If I fasted for like 2-3 days.
Okay. But do you think that's the move? Fasting, do you think that because they say you should actually eat, you should almost have like a bigger meal, stretch out your stomach, and then give yourself a little bit more time between meals. They say you shouldn't fast for a couple of days before these eating competitions.
Maybe snack. Maybe I'll eat like a bag of chips, once or twice throughout the day to at least get something in my stomach. But no, I want to be as hungry as possible.
You don't want the food to shock your system. You're like, whoa, what are we doing? It's the first time we've seen food in like 48. What is this? You know what I mean?
And the thing that scares me too is you can't throw up. Like, you're not allowed to throw up in those 10 minutes or it's just you're disqualified. So I would have to hold it in too. That is a little nerve wracking, but I would say I think I could get 20 hot dogs, 20 to 25.
I wouldn't be so worried about the throw because I wouldn't have a chance to win anyway. So I don't think I'd be worried about being disqualified. I would just like it's like the embarrassment if you're up there, like you're throwing up on national TV, right, on the 4th of July. It's like, hey, happy birthday, America! Here comes my lunch. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's something I want on record. I don't know.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I got one more for you, and then we got to go to break. We got Way Back Wednesday coming up here next. Okay. One more for you. Not hot dogs. Let's make it a little easier, okay? Everybody loves donuts. Everybody loves donuts.
I like donuts.
So how many jelly donuts? Are you a jelly donut guy?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
What am I going to say no to a donut? What am I, insane?
What's your favorite donut? Let's make it easy on you.
Oh, my favorite donut. Maybe a Boston cream.
Dude, me and you are on the same. I love you, bro. I love you. Boston cream is the best donut. It is literally the best donut. Okay. All right, perfect. Yeah. We're on the same page.
Okay.
Boston cream donut, 10-minute time.
Okay.
You got to eat as many Boston cream donuts as you can in a 10-minute setting.
Okay.
How many can you eat?
436.
Really?
Yeah, no problem.
What's the difference?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like I like donuts. I mean, hot dogs are fine. That's American, but I don't know. Maybe it's like the mechanics of how you got to eat the hot dog. I don't have to dip my donut in water. You know what I mean? Like that just goes down pretty easily. It's a donut.
That's right.
But with the hot dog, you got to eat the hot dog, and you got to do questionable things with that while you're trying to eat it fast. You know what I mean? And I'm not really whatever. Yeah. And then you dip the bun, and that kind of that skews me out a little bit, man. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, like the wet buns, I don't want that. I'm already up there. It's the 4th of July. I'm probably sweating enough. My buns are wet enough. I don't need to dip them in water. But I don't know. Maybe that's unrelated. But yeah, a lot of donuts.
Okay. All right.
Well, more donuts than hot dogs. Maybe not 436. Maybe like 350. But definitely more donuts than hot dogs for sure.
I think we should get an InsideEdge Network food eating competition of Boston cream donuts. I think me and you. Let's see who gets it.
All right. Are we allowed to throw up?
After you had to hold it within the 10-minute period.
Fair
Actually, we'll put a throw up rule in there. But if you throw up, you lose 2. You lose 2 donuts. So you threw up 2 donuts. So if you do it twice, you lose 4 donuts.
Oh, all right. I mean, it might be more. It depends on how much you throw. But whatever. Yeah, that's fine. That's fair.
I'm pounding extra donuts so that when I throw up, I got the coverage.
I'm over here counting. There's 2.5 here. I'm gonna be honest with you. It might be 3. It might be 3 donuts. It's bad on the floor over here.
It's bad. Clean up on aisle 9. All right. Hey, we're gonna take a quick pause here. Chad B and I. Everybody grab their caffeine, grab their dinner, and make sure you like, subscribe, follow if it's your first time here. Hello, everybody. Make sure you hit InsideEdge Net on all the socials, YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch. Smash that notification bell so you know when we're going live. We have 5. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 on it. Daily shows. The morning show with Omar Clausell Jr., 10 to 11 a.m. Kyle Cornell here with you 5 to 6 p.m. on the weekdays. So you got the mornings, the weekdays, then the evening block. 10 to 11, InsideEdge Primetime, Chad and I. Then 11 p.m., The Daily Spiral with Autumn Chisholm, who features Chad, myself, and Double A throughout the week. And then Midnight Run with Anthony Alfred, our program director, our bro. We appreciate him at midnight on weeknights, Monday through Friday. Of course, a lot of great weekly programming as well. Real Talk Pop Moon, Saturdays at 5 p.m. Jersey Chasers, which was just on earlier tonight with Autumn and Christie. Great job there. Go check that out. That's Wednesdays at 7:30. Of course, we have Voice of the Land with Kevin Arnold and Ryan Mosser. That's Thursdays at 6 o'clock. And then, of course, just so many other great programming. Chad and TK Illegal Formation, Mondays 7 to 8. Just so much stuff going on. Main event, Sunday night. So a lot of great stuff. Make sure you hit Inside Edge Net. Go check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Read about your favorite personalities like Chad and I and everybody who does a great job here on the network. And go to our partners page. Couldn't do without them. And the shop. Go get something nice at the shop. Rep Cleveland's digital leader, your source for sports, entertainment, mental health conversations, news, and everything in between. And grab the app while you're at it. On Roku, Inside Edge Network, just type it in. Chad was yelling at my typing earlier, but you know what? Type as vigorously as I was to grab that Inside Edge Network app on Roku and lock in here with us. And while Chad makes fun of my typing, that's Chad B to my right, you're right, everybody's right. I'm Eli Moon. I'm going to try to recover from that sick burn, and when we come back, we have Way Back Wednesday here to put a bow on this Wednesday edition of Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. See you in a bit.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to Fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's Fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick.
With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh.
I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Hey guys, awesome show here on Unfiltered today. Did a great conversation about the Cavs, what's going on. Kyrie Irving, he's been losing his mind a little bit. We talked about that. We talked about a bunch of things going on the program. And don't forget, tomorrow, 5 p.m. right here on the Inside Edge Network, going to have the one and only Jake Underwood on the show. Plenty to talk about when it comes to the news and notes of the day with him and an update on what's going on with the situation, obviously, in Iran. Are we getting closer to a permanent deal? And his thoughts on stuff with the Cleveland Browns and owner Jimmy Haslam. He's got some interesting takes on all of that. All of that and more, 5 p.m. tomorrow right here on Unfiltered, all along the Inside Edge Network.
And welcome back to Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan to my right, your right, everybody's... Oh my God. Okay. And I'm Eli Moon, and we're back here on Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Every week. Every freaking week. Yeah, okay, what?
Yeah, I think what happens when I go back to a point where and there was always internet streaming. We know that. I went all the way back to the 1300s. They always had the internet back then.
Sure did.
The problem was they didn't have internet streaming in color. It was just black and white. So the color streaming slowed down the yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think that's what. It's just when I go back far enough in time, I come back a little black and white.
Okay, I mean I can live with that. I just
get worried. It out. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
There's no exact science to this stuff.
Yeah. Well, we need a psychic to tell me when you're coming back to normal.
Maybe, but we can't trust the dates and times. At least with these dates, we know these are factual. I'm looking around. I didn't bring any donuts back. I was hoping maybe a donut or two would slide in here, but no such luck.
Okay.
No such luck. So it's Wednesday. Almost that's Tuesday. It's Wednesday. That means it's time for Throwback Thursday, right? No, that was the other week. It's time for Way Back Wednesday, and I went way back tonight. Way back, way back. I saw some crazy things. Maybe we just should get right into it.
Yeah. Because
on this date, on June 24th, in 1374, and I know we're all pretty happy about, we're looking at the Cavs taking Malik Thomas, and we're dancing, right? We're so happy that we're adding another guard to this roster, that we're another 6'5" guy, high effort guy with, very little handles. We're just, again, I'm joking. But we're dancing. And in 1374 on this date, they were really dancing, Eli. The fatal dance manias of medieval Europe. But a sudden outbreak of St. John's dance causes people in the streets of Aachen? I don't know. A city in Germany to experience hallucinations and begin to jump and twitch uncontrollably until they collapsed from exhaustion and died, Eli. Usually I don't like to go with a lot of there's a lot of stuff. It's like, this happened and 400 people died. I try to stay away from those, but this one was crazy, right? Like a bunch of people just started dancing. I've heard of this before. It was basically like a whole town of people. Just the whole city was dancing. They were dancing in the streets, and then they died.
Now the thing is, I've heard some crazy stories. I once had a crazy neighbor who once told me they had a dance competition for a radio station back in the day. Huh? And he did. He was not sober about doing that. He did the opposite of slow.
Okay.
Which would be speed. And that's what, yes. And he did.
I was going to say the Watusi. I thought we were talking about dances. I didn't know what we were doing. Okay. That's fine.
And he did not, obviously he was able to tell the story, so it was not fatal. But he did explain how that can kind of get you dancing for. I mean, maybe he wasn't in his right mind when he was telling me this. So, but he was telling me that he did this to win this dance competition. He took third, so it didn't work out. But he did dance his behind off and his back end off, and this is incredible just seeing the dance part. But what makes me sad is that it was fatal. That people were gone, people unalived.
Yeah, and they couldn't. Apparently, I've read it. Like I said, I've read a little bit about that. They couldn't stop this. They couldn't. This was just, I don't know if this was like a, carbon monoxide thing. Probably not back then. I don't know. They just started dancing, and who knows, maybe, I don't know, contaminated drinking water. I don't know. I have no idea. But they started dancing in the streets, and they couldn't stop. And I don't know if maybe some people were dancing in their homes. I don't know if everybody danced in the streets. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Where was the Department of Health during this time?
Dancing in the streets. No one was safe. Yeah. No one was safe. Maybe they just played everybody's jam. Everybody had that one collective jam, and they played it in the streets in Aachen, in that city in Germany, and that was it.
That's what you sound like when the doctor's like, and I'll go ahead and open up wide. Like the dentist, Aachen. All right.
Fair enough.
What's next?
Well, I buzzed ahead about 500 years.
Wow, that's a jump.
That's a huge jump. I don't recommend that. But on this day in 1884, East Cleveland Street Railway Company begins the first U.S. commercial electric streetcar line in Cleveland. You know, I love Cleveland stuff. We're here in Northeast Ohio. That's not even a word. But whatever. In Cleveland, Ohio, on the Bentley Knight system. And I looked into that and went down the rabbit hole a little bit. So that started the first, I guess it was on Garden Street. And by 1903, several mergers, a lot of companies working together. By 1903, they had more than 230 miles of track through the city and 901 streetcars in operation. And by about 1942 or so, they had a little over 1,700 streetcars going at one time. And I think that was about the high point of that. But 1946, it said public transportation hit an all-time high with 493 million passengers.
Wow.
And I'm assuming it doesn't say anything about nationwide. So I don't know if that's just in Cleveland or I thought that was pretty wild. But yeah, I mean, the railway, you don't really think about, riding the rails so much anymore, as they say. But man, in 1884, that's when it started. And man, about 60 years, it was hopping in downtown Cleveland.
Yeah, and people forget a lot, when it comes to Cleveland. The city does a ton of incredible things. I've spent a lot of time talking to the bros just about how Cleveland really is like the center, like of a lot of things. We don't think about it a lot of times because we're here, we live in Cleveland, but there's a lot of cool stuff that is originated and inspired from Cleveland, from music to sports to inventions to really just moving the world forward in a positive light. And I think this is really cool.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool too. There always seems to be, I feel like something was going on almost every day in Cleveland. Some kind of progress was going on between, I don't know, about the 1800s and the 1930s, 1940s. There was just some kind of progress happening. I mean, every week when we do these Way Back Wednesdays, I find something about Cleveland. I find that fascinating. Let's move ahead because in 1901, it was Picasso's first exhibition. And I don't know why that graphic fell down. It just fell right off the screen. But his first exhibition, he was 19 years old. His first exhibition opened in Paris. And I thought, how many paintings did he really have? And I'm not going to read the list because we don't have that much time on the show or on the Daily Spiral. But if you want to go, you can just look up Pablo Picasso's list of artworks between 1901 and 1910. And I will tell you that the 1901 list is very extensive. I mean, I'm looking at a list of about, it's got to be just a guess. 50, 60 paintings here at least.
Wow.
So fairly impressive. Just about 50 or 60 more than I've done in my lifetime. So
yeah, just incredible, man. Pablo Picasso, one of those guys, you think of Vincent van Gogh, some of these other artists, and just very cool to see Picasso doing his thing. I mean, age 19, just kind of reminds you, if you're anybody out there right now listening, whether you're 19 years old, you're 35 years old, or 58 or whatever, it's never too late or too early to chase your dreams and what you're passionate about. And I think Picasso's a shining example of that. Age 19, wasn't even old enough nowadays to drink alcohol, right? If he was here in the States, he wouldn't be old enough to drink alcohol at that time. And he was out there really just taking over the world in Paris. Pretty cool there, Chabby.
Unbelievable. But in 1922, this is cool too. The Staleys, the Chicago Staleys, become the Chicago Bears. Okay. At one point, they were the Decatur Staleys. That was just an interesting time, I think. A.E. Staley was the owner, named the team after himself, and eventually, I think they decided the Bears would sound a little better, maybe had a better ring to it than the Staleys. They would become Chicago, and eventually, the last time I made a Hammond, Indiana joke, my power went out, so we'll leave that one alone. But 1922, on this date, the Staleys became the Bears.
I like it, and I think it's silly to think about team names being after the owner or the governor or whatever you want to think about. I think that is some of the silliest stuff ever, man. And you know what? For that, I can't wait till when I am in a high position of power that I can own an NFL team, and we're going to be the Cleveland Moons.
The Moons. And I don't want to know. We can talk about the logo. Maybe we'll have to do that on Midnight Run. We'll talk about what your logo is going to be, but that'll be that's for a later time of the night. And I know we're up against it, so I'm going to buzz through these last couple ones pretty quickly. But speaking of progress in Cleveland, in 1930 on this date, ground is broken for the construction of Cleveland Stadium, which would become Municipal Stadium, home of the MLB's Indians and the NFL's Browns. You see the Indians played there from 1932 to 1993. The Browns played from 1946 to 95 in Municipal Stadium. So a beloved building by many, many Cleveland sports fans.
you hear so many cool stories in Municipal Stadium. I mean, just, Papa Moon and his mom and, his fam, his brothers and sisters would go out and have picnics at Municipal Stadium. And, you have your picnic and sit there and, have a double header. And he's like, we didn't eat at the concession stand. We had PB&Js and, we ate from home. And just cool, man. A lot of cool stories. Of course, everybody ripping the seats out of the stadium when the Browns.
Yeah, they probably rode the rail down to the stadium, Eli. I mean, they probably took the rail system down. Yeah.
They have. Man, you're moving through time here. What you got next?
Well, in 1979, Ricky Henderson made his MLB debut on this date, on June 24th. I was 4 days old when Ricky Henderson made his debut. That's pretty fun. And he steals his first base in his very first game, and he would go on to steal, I don't know how many bases that season. He would steal 33 for the A's that season, and he would go on, of course, in his career to steal over, well, I mean, just absolutely ridiculous. 1,400 stolen bases, 1,406, of course. Yeah. And we think of Ricky Henderson as maybe the best leadoff hitter of all time.
And if you ask Ricky Henderson, based off of our AI prompt earlier on this month, he is the greatest to ever do this, ever. So,
yes.
Just incredible. All right, I know you got one more hiding in there. What else you got?
One more, because it's the NBA draft. The NBA draft is going on. So on this date, on June 24th in 1992, LSU center Shaquille O'Neal was the very first pick by the Orlando Magic. I'd say they did pretty well with that.
They sure did, man. I mean, I hear all the stories about, Shaq was a military kid, so they were trying to get him over to the different military bases, like different, Air Force and all that. And he's like, I'm going to go to LSU. And I think it worked out pretty well for him, worked out for the Magic. I wish Penny and Shaq would have got one, man. If Penny could have just stayed healthy, who knows? And that's a different discussion for a different day. But, man, yeah, they did all right. They did all right with Shaq, the Shaqalier, as we call
back
him.
in color. Look at me. You're back.
You're back.
It fades. Timing. Yeah, it just like I said, I think I got this figured out now. Why I come back in black and white and how I get back to color. I think I got this kind of I'm getting this down, Eli. This is going pretty well now.
Well, you did a perfect job, and you did it right in time, because now you're absolutely about to get quizzed, ridiculed.
Yes.
Confronted. Confronted's a big one.
All those things.
Maybe potentially kicked off air.
Possibly bullied. Who knows? Yeah.
Bullied.
Right.
Jed, bullied.
Bullied.
Yeah, bullied. Just so you know, air quotes. That means we're not being as serious. With that being said, I'm gonna dip out of here, but not before changing the lights, of course. Because I love what we look like all the time. But goodness gracious, damn, does that red look good on us? Okay, so with that being said, this has been Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. That's Chad Bryant. To my right, you're right. Everybody's right. I'm Eli Moon. This has been Inside Edge Primetime. We're back with you tomorrow to start off the stream at 10 p.m. for a very fun Thursday. A lot in store. We'll have some more reaction, but of course, it is time for everybody's favorite season. That's what we hear. It is time for the one, the only Autumn Chisholm here with the Daily Spiral. Chad B as her co-host for the evening. I'm going to slide into the abyss, maybe have a few McDonald's cheeseburgers, and I'll be back for Midnight Run. But Autumn Chisholm coming up at the top of the hour. Daily Spiral, don't go anywhere. Chad B, that means you don't go anywhere. You at home too.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to sportsmemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. Sportsmemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
Welcome everyone into the Daily Spiral. Hi, Chad.
What is going on? You caught me jamming out to the intro. I'm never not gonna jam out to that intro. By the way, that's
Again,
gonna happen time.
Randomly found that music bed just looking up things on YouTube. Don't know how I found it, but I found it. But welcome, guys, to the Daily Spiral. Yes, this has been an emotional day for me. Did you guys watch Jersey Chasers?
I did not get a chance to tonight. Tonight was a whole evening. I will go back and watch it later. I did not get a chance to do that yet.
Yes. Well, I'm going to tell you, we announced on the show that tonight would be Christy's last show for now.
Yeah.
The show isn't ending. I said this earlier. It's not ending. But Christy is taking some time away from the show. But we're going to have a great show tonight, Chad. I promise we are going to have a great show tonight. I promise I will not cry again. I also cried on air, something I told myself I would never do, but I did.
And I understand that, and it makes me a little sad to hear that. But if it makes you feel any better, you can quiz me about Love Island, and maybe you can make me cry, and then we'll be even.
Yes. So I just want to understand, why do y'all think I'm gonna bully Chad? Okay, bully.
Yeah, bully.
Chad. Eli, don't.
I see him putting that headset on. He's like, hold on. He's like, what? He's looking for his inputs, I think. What's he do? Oh, no. Okay. Oh, he's not coming on. He's not coming
I don't understand why you guys are scared of me. I'm not going to do anything bad. I promise. Now, Chad,
it's not you. It's just tests. I'm not a test taker. I'm scared of tests. I'm scared of quizzes. I'm scared of a true or false question. I'm scared of, a lot of stuff that has to do with quizzes and tests and proving knowledge, and makes me sweat. Not you. It's not you.
I too am not a great test taker. I have test anxiety out the ass. But any test that I will give you on the show, I promise you, you will be able to pass it.
All right. As long as you do the work. Right?
Now, speaking of tests.
Yeah.
Let's get to it. Because there is no new episode of Love Island tonight, you guys. So you will get no recap from me. Double A and I did the show on Monday. We did 2-hour watch along live as we were watching the episode. It was the second episode of Casa Amor. And then yesterday we talked about it. And Double A told me that he is watching the episode tonight. And like I said yesterday, there is one person's side he should not be on. Chad, who is that one person's side that he shouldn't be on?
I mean, right now, after watching what went on in these last 3 episodes that I've seen, there's a lot of sides that I'm not on. But it's something that said, listen, so Eli was talking to me last night and he joked with me. He said, hey, go defend KC's honor. And I said, Eli, I can't defend anything that I saw out of KC and Casa Amor. I'm sorry. So for me, there's a whole host of people that I think you could pick, but I can't rock with KC right now.
That is the correct answer.
Yeah.
If Double A defends KC, me and him are gonna have to have a talk. If you do not know, KC is moving crazy in the villa. He is moving crazy in Casa Amor. So crazy that I'm like, you know what? I don't even know what to do anymore about him. I thought he was a decent guy, but then I found out today that he's 23, and I'm like, there it is. That makes sense. He's 23. He's 23. He's a baby. He's a baby.
Yeah.
But that's question 1 of the test, Chad. Question two. Do you think we will end up with 18 people in the villa by Sunday?
18 people in the villa by Sunday. See, now this is where sometimes I don't know some of the mechanics and the logistics of the show, right? But that would mean that, what would that mean? I mean, that would mean people are bringing people back and new couples and 18 people. How many did we have before?
So it started off at 12.
12. And we're down to how many right now? We came in with 12.
So it's 6. Yeah, so it's 6 guys, 6 girls.
Okay, yeah.
The boys got 6 extra girls.
Right.
And then the girls got 12 extra guys.
And by the way, how would you love to be one of those 6 guys that shows up on the boat and they're all dancing and they're all, whatever. And then it's like, okay, your services aren't needed here. Just moving on, And you're like, I was on Love Island. I was on Love Island for like 7 minutes. That was pretty cool. The matching swim trunks killed me too, by the way. And let me ask you this before I answer that question. Let me ask you, what did you think about so the lineups were they were introduced very differently, right? When they brought out the girls, Casa Amor, that was a different vibe than when they brought out the dozen guys. And I guess you couldn't really do that with a dozen guys. I mean, it would have been like a 3-hour episode, because 45 minutes of that episode where they brought the girls out was just them going through the line and making some questionable life decisions. Autumn, I don't know. I mean, how did you feel about the difference there? Was there was a marked difference between the 2 introductions, right?
Okay, so this is no. I understand what you're saying. When I go into Casa Amor, there's one thing that I always say.
Okay.
The boys are always wrong and the girls are always right. That is, I will never, ever, ever, ever be mad at any of the girls in Casa Amor for the way that they do things. That's just not how it goes in Casa Amor. Whatever the girls do in Casa Amor, they're doing it for a reason. The boys, I will always be mad at what they do, because every single year somebody takes it too far.
Yeah.
Last year was the first year that they really didn't take it that far, but somebody still took it too far. But every single year, every single season, there's always one boy who takes it too far. And I knew when I saw Casey, look, I figured out Casey on night 1. I figured him out on night 1. I knew he was going to be bad news on night 1.
All right.
He coasted in the villa for a couple weeks, but as soon as they had that challenge, where it was a challenge where they all had to like find each other and they were blindfolded and they had paint everywhere. As soon as that challenge happened and he made a joke about feeling blessed, I knew once Casa Amor came, he was going to be an animal.
Okay. Yeah.
And over the last week and a half, with all the stuff that's happened with him and Anaya and Soul, and him wanting to pursue Soul but not wanting to tell Anaya that he wanted to pursue Soul, and just kind of like making it seem like Anaya was crazy for like questioning him, I knew come Casa Amor, he was just going to be the bad one.
Yeah.
And look, they've all been bad except for Bryce. Poor Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce was going through it, man. It's like he was going through it.
Every time I look at Bryce, I'm like, he wants to jump off that building. He wants to jump out of that Casa Amor and he wants to run to that villa because Casa Amor is on a hill, the villa's at the bottom.
Yep.
But
he looked in over his head at the end of episode, I think it was 18. I was watching him. He was doing the monologue or whatever, the interview, whatever you want to call it. And he was going through it. Autumn. He was in his feels right there. He was definitely in his feels.
Oh yeah, he literally. There's always a Casa Amor victim as well, and what the Casa victim is somebody gets a video, somebody gets something that makes them crash out.
Yeah,
he is the first man I've ever seen crash out, and just be not wanting to be in Casa Amor.
Okay, so he's a hopeless romantic, right? He's okay. Mm-hmm. All right, okay. So I think a lot of people's personalities are starting to come out now. I think you're right.
So, like I said, I knew Casey was gonna do it. Sincere, his name alone gave him away. Anyone that names their child Sincere, just know he's gonna be the opposite. Just know that.
Right.
Corbin, he again came in the competition asking all the girls, "Can I get a kiss?" And then, we knew. Caleb, I'm embarrassed for him because he got his girl taken again by the same person. Zach is an English demon. Beans on toast can go somewhere.
But he plays so innocent. He plays it off so innocently. He's the guy for everybody, right?
He's gonna get. Okay. So let's dive into what's gonna happen. So again, like I said, tonight, no new episode. Tomorrow is the aftermath of what happened yesterday.
Man.
So Chad, there's something that always happens after this villa challenge. Okay, so let me get your perspective on the challenge that happened yesterday. What did you think of it?
It was a lot. There was a lot going on. It was wild for me. So first of all, this is not my mindset, right? I've been married for a very long time. So going into this, watching this, I'm sitting here in my studio today, and I'm working on some stuff for the show, and I'm doing some reading, and I'm in here I told Eli, I've got the minimize button ready in case my kids walk in, right? Because my kids can't walk in on Love Island. It is TV mature; they're not quite mature yet. So I'm watching, and I'm watching them go through these challenges, and I'm right, I'm making some faces. But it's wild to go against a couple who's just up the hill or down the hill, whatever you want to say. And you're blind, right? You have no idea what's going on there. And some of the objectives were hilarious. There was licking. And this is going to sound crazy coming out of my mouth if you don't watch the show, but there was licking, there was kissing, there was sucking, there was tickling. Again, if you don't watch the show, you're going to go, is this on HBO Max? No, it's right on Peacock. But yeah, there were things happening, and people were putting, nothing dirty. Well, dirty, but people were putting feet in mouth. There was all kinds of stuff. Not their own foot, somebody else's foot. Were a lot of feet went into mouths. There were a lot of situations, Autumn, where I was like, I don't know. Maybe that's not my personality, but I don't know if I'd have gone that far just for just to win a little challenge. But I thought the freestyle was crazy. They was we're a total free for all, right? Because they tied. So then they all just went for it, and it was like a how do I say this? I'm trying to use tactful words. It was like a clothed, the word that rhymes with hey, you look gorgy, right? You might shorten the word gorgeous to gorgeous, not shortening it. But there's a word that rhymes with that I don't want to say on the show right now because it's not midnight yet. But they basically had clothed, hey, you look gorgy, without certain body parts coming out. Things were in clothes, but yeah, they were just going around kissing other people. It was wild, right? It was pretty hedonistic, and I guess that's what you got to do to win the challenge. So that was crazy.
I'm gonna just say this: I've been watching the show for a very long time. The show has been on. The U.S. version has been on for 8 years.
Okay.
UK version has been on for 13 years.
Okay.
Every single year in the U.S. version, come Casa Amor, they do this exact challenge. And the last part of the challenge is always that.
Okay.
And every year it gets more intense.
Okay.
Last year actually was a little bit more intense because people were taking their clothes off.
Oh, okay. Well, you gotta watch out
Yes.
for that.
So you had shirtless people, you had people on each other's shoulder. It was crazy. It was kind of nuts.
Yeah.
But okay, so because they won, the villa won the challenge.
Yes.
And usually the villa does win the challenge.
Okay.
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 Now last year they didn't do this because last year they didn't have any couples that were really exploring, or no, they didn't really have any couples that were like tight.
Okay.
That were kind of like a Bryce and Trinity, or like a Nia and KC, or like a.
They didn't have to force the explore.
Yeah, like everybody wanted to explore.
Gotcha. Okay.
Casa.
Okay, that makes sense.
But what they usually do, because the boys, and this happens every single time, the boys just act a fool in Casa, right?
Yeah.
And they forget that there is girls back at the villa. And
we're idiots. Yeah, I mean, guys are idiots. I mean, let's be honest. We're not gonna sugarcoat it. I mean, we're idiots.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what the boys don't know is that usually the girls will get either, so they'll get one or two things. So they'll get like quotes. And so the quotes will be like, they have to figure out which boy said this, right?
Okay.
And they'll usually get it in text message form, and it'll usually be like, or it'll be like an audio clip of one of the boys saying something. Or they'll get a video clip of certain, so I know it was 2 seasons ago, 2 different Islanders who weren't really exploring in Casa Amor, but their boys were exploring. They got clips.
Okay.
So because of the way Casa Amor is going, I'm almost guaranteeing that if it's not tomorrow, it may be Friday.
Okay.
Those girls are going to get a video of what those boys are doing at Casa Amor.
Okay. Okay. Well, they got to watch. I don't know if that was live or not, but it was crazy that they brought the present out, and I'm gonna put the air quotes on that because that wasn't much of a present. And then it dropped down, and it was the feed right from Casa Amor, and I was like, oh no, and it was like heartbreaking to watch, man. A little bit. I'll be honest with you, the girls were so excited, right? Like they were getting on their outfits, they were ready to go, man. It looked like a bunch of grown ass people gonna go do trick or treat or something. But whatever, that's fine. And they got so excited, right? And then they walked out, and it wasn't what they thought at all. It was like this live feed to like, basically the guys being idiots. Like I said, that was tough.
Yeah. So the live feed was the purpose of them maybe like trying to like, it was essentially so the girls wouldn't be closed off to exploring.
Yeah.
So because the girls, if they didn't see that, they would not explored. It would have been another last season.
Yeah.
So that's what they had to do. This video is going to be the thing that makes the producers say like, hey, one of you has to bring these dudes back. Okay. And it can't just be Kenzie, and it can't just be Jen. It has to be one of the solid couples. So it really has to be either Anaya, Melanie, or Kada has to bring one of these guys back.
Okay.
Now, who do you think it is going to be? Before we go, we're going to go to the break right after this. Who do you think is going to, for sure, out of those 3, bring somebody back?
In my opinion, I feel like it's going to be Kada.
You think she's going to bring Che back?
I kind of do. I kind of do. I don't know why. I just sort of feel like I just saw a lot of. I try to watch facial expressions, right? And she didn't say a lot when things were going on, but you could tell she was just kind of sick of everything. I feel like just to spite, what's kind of been going on, I feel like she might. I really do feel like she might.
I think it's going to be Anaya. I think she's going to be the one to bring Carl back because she's going to get that video of what Casey said about her or what he's been doing.
Yeah.
And she's going to be like, you know what? I need to bring somebody back because he's acting a fool. Now, after that, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know one of those 3 is definitely going to bring somebody back.
I feel like there's a pretty good chance that 4 girls might bring a guy back, to be honest with you.
Like I said, I think by Sunday, we're going to have 18 people in that villa. Okay. So we're going to have 6 new people in the villa. So we're going to have probably 3 new girls, 3 new boys in that villa.
Okay. See, now some of the guys are starting to feel a little bit of remorse, though. I'll just say that before we go to break. They're starting to be, hey, I miss my girl. My girl's on my mind, blah, blah, blah. But of course, I mean, after the fact, now you feel bad. But I don't know.
The ones that feel bad are the ones that really haven't made a connection with anybody else. But the ones that are making connections, they're not going to feel bad.
They're just moving on.
Yeah. When we come back from the break, we're going to talk some NBA news because NBA free agency is upon us. The draft is going on. There's so much going on. And then we're going to talk about the WNBA because there's a lot of stuff happening in the WNBA that we really need to talk about that I think is so interesting. And there's a team in the WNBA that is so dysfunctional, and they may be as dysfunctional as the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, my. It's bad.
Yes. When we come back, we will talk about it. But you guys are watching the Daily Spiral here on Inside Edge Network.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick.
With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh.
I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by InsideEdge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Welcome back to the Daily Spiral, everyone. And you guys, it is NBA free agency time. Chad, before I even came on the air, there was a trade that literally broke. Do you know what it is?
Was it who was it? It was Beef Stew, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Beef Stew moving, changing addresses. There's all kinds of moves that I don't necessarily understand that I think are trying to make room for other moves. Sometimes the NBA is hard because you got to make the money match and the trades. That still mystifies me. I'm not a math guy, right? They got to make 80 million fit into 145 million. How many times move the decimal? It's hard sometimes. But yeah, Isaiah Stewart just got traded, right?
Yes. So it actually starts off with Monday. I don't know what days it is.
Who knows?
It was Monday. It was Monday because we were on air. So Monday, it starts off with Julius Randle getting traded from Minnesota to Chicago to clearly make room for what they thought was Giannis.
See, I heard you say that on the show. I thought maybe it was the other way around. I thought maybe they're like, you know what? We're not getting Giannis. Let's just move. Let's open up some flexibility in free agency. I thought maybe after we were on the show for a little bit, I was like, maybe that's what they were doing. Maybe they knew they were out. But go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got Julius Randle first. Then we get Giannis to Miami. I was asleep when it happened, so I woke up to it in the morning.
I was asleep too, but weirdly, I was on the show. So that was weird. Eli had to wake me up and go, hey, come on. We're talking about, it was weird.
So we get Giannis to Miami. Then now we have Isaiah Stewart to Memphis. Yeah. We had the Cavs trading one of their picks. We had New York trading multiple picks back and forth. We've had Jaylen Brown now on the trade block. Somehow, some way, also in this whole thing, Trae Young re-signs with Washington, which super surprising there. Austin Reeves re-signs with the Lakers for a 4-year, $185 million contract, making him the largest contract for an unsigned free agent ever in the league's history.
Makes sense.
Then, in between all of that, there's been an NBA draft happening, and we got AJ Bonanza out of BYU going first overall, and Cameron Boozer from Duke going second overall. What is happening in the NBA right now?
Actually, Boozer went third. Peterson went
second. Yes.
But you just forget about the Jazz because they're not trying to play basketball. So sometimes I think you just forget about what they do.
Yeah, I completely skipped over them because
who hasn't skipped over? I mean, the Jazz are skipping over themselves if you go back to the season. So I don't know. I don't really know what's happening. Sometimes the NBA draft is funny to me too, because I can distinctly remember Autumn, a time where like with the 7th or 8th pick in the draft, teams would take a guy from like Croatia, right? And that's fine. Yeah, a lot of really good players have come from Croatia, but I'm talking like a 16-year-old with the 7th pick in the draft that they'll just stash them overseas and never pay them money. And it's like you really just passed on the 7th pick to not have to pay someone money. I mean, you could have gotten a pretty good player there, but the NBA, it's like if you're outside of that top 5 or 6 or 7 picks, then it's a crapshoot a little bit. I mean, everybody has similar skills, and it's all about trying to just see who's going to do what they need to do to progress and develop and get better. Who has the heart to actually come out and do it? And there's limited spots anyway that the draft is. I don't know. It's just like I said, it's a crapshoot. The NBA draft for me, you never really know who's going to pan out. You've got number 1 overall picks that never do anything in the league. That's crazy.
I mean, look, the Cavs literally wasted a number 1 pick on Anthony freaking Bennett.
Yeah.
I will never forget that. That was one of those picks. And this is the thing. I remember that draft too, because I remember it was between 3 players that everybody was saying is going to go number 1. It was Joel Embiid, Jabari Parker, and Alex Len. Yeah. Those 3 players were. And Joel Embiid was essentially like, we don't know if he's going to go number 1 because remember he had those really bad like foot issues early in his career and he didn't play for like the first 2 years. Jabari Parker didn't want to be anywhere that wasn't near Chicago. So he wanted to be in Milwaukee because it was 2 hours away from Chicago. So I was convinced that they were going to pick Alex Len. And then they randomly just choose this guy, Anthony Bennett. And it was like, what is happening?
And Bennett rarely flashed anything in college. That was the puzzling part for me. Like number 1 overall. By the way, Giannis went 15th in that same draft.
Oh yeah, I forgot Giannis was in that draft. When I say like the draft is just such a weird, like NBA's draft, like NFL's draft is like a hit or miss.
Yeah.
You're going to get at least a couple players out of there that are going to go well.
Yeah.
Major League Baseball is so many rounds, it's so many players.
Yeah.
There are guys who either can go in the league right away after the year after, or there will be guys who will be drafted who will never see the field.
Yeah.
Right?
And they'll play in the minor leagues for 10, 12 years, right?
Yeah. But the NBA, because of how it just make like their draft makes no sense. And I'm saying this as someone that knows the WNBA draft is even stupider.
Yeah.
There's just too much happening. Every time I open up Twitter, I see something from Shams or Bleacher Report or someone that's like NBA, and I'm like, I don't even want to know who got traded, who signed a new contract. I don't want to know.
Usually it's like so-and-so traded the 28th pick for like a shooting shirt and like a piece of someone's floor. You know, it's like, what are we trading? Like, it's bizarre. It's bizarre to me.
Honestly, the draft is so crazy. Now I'm gonna pivot here a little bit because with the draft being so crazy and you mentioning them, like certain teams picking interesting players.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite random player that's ever been picked, like in a draft?
I don't know. I was just looking. We just talked about the 1996 NBA draft and the Cavs taking Vitaly Potapenko with like the 13th pick or whatever from Wright State. First of all, I know he was from out of the country, whatever. He came over, but of all places, he ended up at Wright State with the Raiders. Right, that's wild to me. And then the Cavs take him, and he was a pretty serviceable player. I think they ended up trading him to the Celtics for a first-round pick, and I can't remember who the Cavs turned that into, but for some reason that Potapenko pick, wow, that's a lot of piece. That sticks out to me because they also got Big Z in that same draft, so they took Vitaly Potapenko and Zydrunas Ilgauskas in the same draft. So I think Potapenko is maybe like that's pretty random to me, right?
Yeah, I think it was I think mine is the Minnesota Timberwolves taking Ricky Rubio, and what was the other guard?
Ricky Rubio.
When they took Ricky Rubio, and then they took another guard who played the exact same position as Ricky Rubio. Oh my God, why can I not remember this man's name? Because neither of them really panned out in Minnesota. But I remember when Ricky Rubio got drafted, the whole thing was that he was a great passer. He was a great passer. He made all these flashy passes. And I remember thinking to myself, okay, he can pass really good, but can he shoot?
It was Johnny Flynn that took Johnny.
Yes,
Flynn.
Johnny Flynn. Johnny Flynn.
Yeah.
Yes. Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio. That to me is one of the weirdest drafts because you choose Ricky Rubio because you want him to be your point guard.
They tripled down. They took Ty Lawson. They took another point guard at 18 in that draft. And I don't even know if I remembered that. Wait, who'd they take at 28? They had so many picks. They took 3 point guards and a shooting guard. What? What are you? That's bizarre. What are you doing? Like they were just throwing a dart at the dartboard. Oh, it says Rubio. Okay. Dart. Flynn. Whatever. Call him. Like it's wild. What? Like that's actually perfect. That's the antidote that tells you that the NBA draft it was never supposed. It's like Love Island. It's a fever dream. It doesn't make any sense.
It really doesn't, because in one draft, like when you think about like the 2003 draft, which is a draft for all time, literally, like you have LeBron, D Wade, Carmelo, Bosh, all these guys coming out, and then a couple years later, you'll get a draft like that one, and you're like, what happened? Right. Like, what happened?
Right.
And then you'll have like the NBA is just so weird. It's just such a weird place. So let's pivot to another basketball thing, and then the end of the show we'll get to some other stuff. The state of the WNBA. Now I teased before we went to the break, there may be a team as dysfunctional as the Cleveland Browns that's in the WNBA right now.
Yeah.
Chad, can you guess what team I'm talking about?
Speaking of fever dreams, I mean, it's got to be Indiana, right?
No, it is not the Indiana Fever.
Coaches fighting players. They got their players are getting stalked by random people on. It's not the Fever. There's something crazy with the Fever going on. All right.
Yes, there's something. Yes, there's someone. There's a team that is more hot mess than the Fever. Not that far off from the Fever, and that is the Chicago Sky.
Okay.
Now, mind you, the Chicago Sky have won a WNBA championship within the last 10 years.
Yeah.
They've had a Hall of Famer on their team within the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Over the last 3 years, the team has been horrendous. Horrendous to the point where it's like, okay, what's going on? So number one, they don't actually have a practice facility.
Okay.
They practice at a local gym. They don't also have a locker room. Their locker room was shared with other people, like a former player who played other places was like, yeah, Chicago was her least favorite place to play because you could literally just walk in the locker room and it'd be like a lady from like the outside in the locker room.
Like just a racquetball player at the local.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have that.
Good game, girls.
So then you have about 3 seasons ago, they hired Teresa Witherspoon, a legendary WNBA player, players coach, everything. Team was doing well under her. They fire her randomly, right? You have the fact that you have a draft where you choose Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso, 2 of the best players coming out of college in that year.
Yeah.
You somehow, some way squander Angel Reese. You trade her to Atlanta.
Yeah.
She's having a monster year. Atlanta is now number 1 in the conference.
Yeah.
You've squandered Camila Cardoso because she's pretty much non-existent. You don't really hear much about her. You then the next year draft Haley Van Lith. You waive her, even though she's the best preseason out of anybody on the team. I'm not even done. That's how dysfunctional they are.
This is wild. I didn't realize all this was going on, to be honest. Are they trying to move? Like, are they trying to like?
No, they're not trying to move.
Chicago fans disinterested in WNBA basketball. Like what?
The thing is that they're actually was so worse, and this is why I compared them to the Browns. They're trying. They're actually trying. So they fired Teresa Witherspoon after a year. They brought in another coach last year. He was so bad. He made the team so terrible. They fired him, right? They bring in another coach. He's so ridiculous that he is in the media saying, yeah, after every game, we submit our files to the league office. And we just hear nothing back. What? What are you talking about? I'm not even done because what I say is ridiculous is ridiculous.
Just playing every game under protest. Okay.
And then in the offseason, so again, they trade Angel Reese because last year they suspended her when she made criticisms about the team, valid criticisms about the team.
Yeah.
They traded her in the offseason because she was apparently not fit for the locker room. They let go Kennedy Carter because she was not a fit for the locker room. They signed Skylar Diggins, Dejanay Carrington. They trade for Rakia Jackson. They signed Natasha Cloud, and they are 4-12.
So it sounds like Angel Reese just wanted to be a part of something that was maybe a little less dysfunctional and maybe more headed in the right direction than, and that's not a fit for the locker room. So explain to me how they're trying then. If they're
the offseason moves. So the Dejanay Carrington came from a Connecticut Sun team that went to the finals a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Natasha Cloud won an NBA championship with the New York Liberty. Skylar Diggins is literally going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so trying to get some veteran leadership, some championship pedigree in the locker room. I get it.
Rakia Jackson had a great couple years. She also came out in that same draft with Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. She was having a great career in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
So you get all of these players, and then you have Courtney Vandersloot, who's been on their team for a while. You pair her with Camila Cardoso. You have a really good roster. You have a really good team, and you're 4-12.
This does echo the Cleveland Browns. I mean, when you look on paper, the Browns typically have some talent. I mean, last year the offense was rough, but yeah, I get it. I see where you're coming from. It's not good.
And they have once in a generation players on their team.
Yeah.
They are 4-12. Their coach is incompetent. Their front office is even worse because their front office is constantly blaming other place, when I tell you they're the most dysfunctional team in the WNBA. And the Indiana Fever are right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought you were talking about the Fever. You can't have head coaches and your star player fighting on the sidelines. And I think sometimes people are a little bit just there's some Caitlin Clark fatigue, I think a little bit with some of the antics, but she's also getting beat up. Like I've watched a few WNBA games. I see her getting roughed up, but I also understand, like, I don't know. I mean, I think there's two schools of thought. Like the league needs to protect their star players or whatever. But then, I don't know, there's like this certain, like you kind of almost like an entitlement, right? You got to come in and earn it. And just because she was flashy, obviously we heard about everything in college. She's a great player. But I think you have to put in your time no matter who you are. I mean, LeBron came into the NBA as the chosen one. And I mean, he had to put in some work to earn his spot. And he wasn't, whatever. I guess we called him the king right away because King James, but that fit, the nickname was ready. But yeah, he had to put in his time. I mean, it's the same thing. I just got to put in his time. But I get both sides of that, though.
And LeBron, look, it took him 4 years to make it to the finals.
Yeah.
It took him almost 10 years to win a championship.
Yeah.
Then he went on a run that no one has ever gone on in the history of the league. And the only other person who even matched that league is no longer alive and was alive when they had player coaches. But they are the most dysfunctional team. I would say Indiana's number 2, Phoenix number 3.
Okay.
This is also the 30th anniversary of the league, which is crazy because I'm 31, so that means I was 1 when the league was formed, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But in the 30 years of the WNBA, this is probably the most popular the sport has ever been, the most profitable the sport has ever been. And we have like actual recognizable stars in that league.
Yeah.
And the Chicago Sky exists to bring it down from the inside.
Unbelievable. What do you think is it players who've been there a little bit like Asia Wilson, or is it Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese? I mean, what makes it so marketable right now?
I think you have the Asia Wilson effect of the fact that she's just really good. Yeah. She's just on another level. She's kind of like the LeBron of her league, of like no one else is her. Like she is her. She can win the MVP, the Defensive Player of the Year, the Finals MVP, all of that in 1 year, and no one would bat an eye because she's that good. And then you have the emerging talents of the Angel Reeses and the Caitlin Clarks and the Paige Bruckers and the AZ Fudds and these whole new stream of players coming in. And then you also still have the veterans like your Chelsea Grays, your Brittany Griners. Like you have a nice mix of everything. And I think the league right now is just in a great place.
Yeah.
But they need to like still keep it going.
Are they expanding at the right time, do you think, or are they gonna outgrow themselves a little bit? Do you think they're doing the right thing by expanding?
No, I think they're doing the right thing as expanding. I think they're doing the right thing as expanding every couple years.
Yeah, okay.
Because expanding all at once is not going to help.
Wouldn't help any league at all. Yeah, I get it.
So, like, we know that Toronto is a new team. Portland is back. We know that Cleveland is getting their team back.
Yeah.
We know that Houston is getting their team back. Mm-hmm. Miami is in the works to get their team back.
Yeah.
Like, so we have like some WNBA Detroit's in talks to get their team back as well.
Yeah.
So you have the core teams that started the league coming back.
Yeah.
And then you have the fact that you have expanded to areas that you necessarily wouldn't have expanded to, like Vegas. Or at one point there was Tulsa, the Tulsa Shock in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that is now the Dallas Wings. Yeah. You have Portland, you have Toronto, you have these like big basketball cities, but you also have these cities that very much still love the game of basketball, but need like a little oomph, like a little push.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy to me in the WNBA you can have, and the name escapes my mind right now, but someone was drafted, I think 17th or 18th this past, and were cut. And I realize that's in the second round technically, but I mean, it's crazy to be the 17th or 18th player overall and you don't make a team.
Yeah, their rosters are very small. Like they have 3 protected players that they can put on waivers.
Yeah.
Like a couple people that can come off the bench, but their league is very small. Their draft is even more ridiculous. Their timeline is even crazier. But like I said, they cut the Chicago's guy cut the person in the league on their team who had the best preseason.
It's confusing.
When we come back, we're going to talk a couple things. I'm going to give you my good spiral, my bad spiral of the day. I am still going to quiz you on more things, Chad. So you better be prepared.
I was trying to deflect as much as I could. I thought I passed already, but okay, I'm ready.
It's okay. It's all right. We're going to prepare you because we're about to get into the home stretch, the real home stretch.
Here we go.
Of this show.
All right.
You guys are watching the Daily Spiral here on Inside Edge Network, and we will be right back.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to sportsmemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. Sportsmemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
Welcome back to the Daily Spiral, everyone. We're going to hit on some quick sports stories. Then we're going to get to my good spiral and bad spiral of the day. Quick sports story. Quarterback Season 3 will be premiering July 14th. It will be featuring Jaden McDaniels, Cameron Ward, Baker Mayfield, and Joe Flacco. Are you excited to see all 4 of these people on your screens on Netflix July 14th?
There's a lot of probability for dysfunction, and not with the players, but with the franchises, right? We're gonna hear a lot of Brown stuff, I think. And I'm a little bit excited now that we've moved on from that coaching staff, and I would say that regime, but Andrew Berry in that front office is still pretty intact. So I think we're going to hear a lot of things that maybe they'll surprise us, but I don't know. I mean, Joe Flacco's a little buttoned up, like he's not going to say anything too shocking. But you've got Baker Mayfield there, so yeah, I'm a little excited. I'm probably gonna peep this one. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna pay close attention and just see what's said and what's inferred and what's suggested about the Browns organization. Yeah, I'm excited for this one.
Honestly, the Mannings figured out a gold mine with quarterback. 3 seasons in, people like it, and I kind of like the Netflix like mock documentary style. I think it's really good. Soccer fans and international fans have invaded baseball. Earlier today, I've seen videos of people from Norway going to Mets games doing the rose celebration that they do at soccer games. Just a couple weeks ago, we had the Scottish fans invading Fenway. We had bagpipes outside the stadium. We had them singing inside the stadium. It was crazy. And just more and more with this World Cup, we are seeing international fans. Now, speaking of fans in Boston, English fans got beer banned and the bars closed down at 9 o'clock in Boston. Whereas Scottish fans had like the bars were open, beer was flowing, and there might have even been a Scottish baby boom.
Man, they've been having so much fun. Everything. I just singing at the Red Sox games, amazing. The row everywhere Norway goes, up the escalator, wherever, it doesn't matter. And I think they did one in they looked like they were in the middle of the street. It doesn't matter. They're going to sit down and do the row. That's fun. What else? The traffic cones on all the statues, fun, harmless fun, right? And then maybe my favorite is you saw the Japanese fans like cleaning up after themselves in the stands, right? They're going around and they're cleaning up. There was the Japanese news reporter. He didn't know a whole lot of English, but he knew how to say, "Hey, listen, I don't speak English, but I'm excited," right? Like that was fun. It's just been a lot of fun, man. I think it goes to show you just like how the tour. It's amazing. Like when these fans come over and they're excited to be here, right? Despite maybe what they might hear internationally when they're talking about the United States or whatever, but they come in and they just have injected so much life into this thing. Autumn, it's one of my favorite stories of the World Cup. Way better than anything happening on the field.
Honestly, you want to know what's so fun for me? The press that America gets, Canada is now getting, because in America, everybody's loving America. Everybody's loving everywhere they go. The food, like I told y'all, for some reason, these people like Golden Corral. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Golden Corral is the bottom of the barrel, y'all. Don't eat at Golden Corral.
Gluttony, though. It's like you've got everything right in front of you. It's all right there.
It only is fun when you're a kid. But you got people in Mexico that are having fun, that are like, oh, just beautiful. And then you have the Canadians, and people in Canada are not embracing the World Cup at all. And you have people from international being like, I thought Canada would be excited. But there are Canadians that are like, we don't care. We are a hockey country. Soccer, what? No, we don't care.
Yeah.
But U.S., I'm so proud of you because we're getting good press for once.
Yes.
Brady Tkachuk. Speaking of hockey, Brady Tkachuk was traded for a bunch of picks to join his brother in Florida. This is the second time a Tkachuk brother has actually been traded from Ottawa. No, I think Matthew was in Calgary. They're both on the same team now, so that's just gonna be a nightmare for the rest of the world because they both are insufferable. Can't stand them. Just hockey is also going on right now. This is the other thing I hate is that hockey stuff is going on at the same time, and it's just hate it. Yeah. But before I get to my good spiral, we also have to talk about She Weekend. Okay. Favorite during the Olympics, during this past Olympics, was like, hey, I think the women of the Olympics deserve a weekend just for themselves. He got a bunch of sponsors together in Vegas, and MGM, Delta, Dove, and the Gist have come together to put together She Weekend, a celebration of female athletics, specifically Olympians, this July.
Okay.
Shout out to Flavor Flav. Shout out to a man who built an empire off of a very interesting reality TV show.
Yeah, not his time with Public Enemy, which was also amazing in its own right. One of my favorite groups to listen to, Chuck D and Flavor Flav, were you had
it's not even it's not even him being like a musical protege. Nothing.
No.
It's the fact
I love how he and Snoop have transitioned into this, after their rap careers have peaked, let's be honest, right? Like, I mean, you don't hear Flavor Flav hyping up Chuck D anymore on stage, and that's okay. But that's fine. But yeah, I like how shout out to Flavor Flav for just respecting women, man, and recognizing that we need to take time to celebrate women, man. We don't do that a lot in this country anymore. I think like we've kind of moved backwards a little bit on that. So yeah, shout out to Flavor Flav. Big props to Flavor Flav for that. That's awesome.
Yes. So yeah, shout out to Flavor Flav. He again is putting on that weekend in July. He's been putting it together for the last, I think, like 6 months since the Olympics, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But let's get to my good spiral and my bad spiral of the day. My good spiral of the day, the rabbit hole that I would love to people to go down to, is Practical Magic, the movie. And the fact that we are now getting a sequel called Practical Magic 2, starring Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman. If you've never seen Practical Magic, it may not hold up. It is a ridiculous movie, but I love the movie because it used to come on ABC Family all the time, and I would just stop and watch it.
Fair enough. We get the sequel. That's fun. I like that. Okay.
Yep, getting a sequel. Bad spiral. Don't go down this road. Don't go down the rabbit hole.
Do it.
We don't want it. Don't do it. Any player at the World Cup, if you just say to yourself, I like this player from this team, did they do anything bad in life? They probably did, unfortunately.
Well, that's why I told you all the stuff off the field at the World Cup is like kind of my favorite stuff going on, because the fans are amazing. Sometimes the players, not so much.
The players, horrendous. Even though there is a man in his 40s playing, and he became the first player to score in 6 different World Cups. He might be one of the worst of them.
I almost tore my Achilles walking downstairs the other day. So good for him. I'm very proud of him. That's amazing.
If you don't know who the player is, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah. One of the soccer's most legendary players, a man who does not have a World Cup, by the way.
Yeah.
I think that's the only championship he doesn't have. He's kind of like Messi in terms of like Messi wanting to like have that one last one. And of course, Messi won the last World Cup against Kylian Mbappe, who is now looking for his first World Cup. So no, second World Cup, because I keep forgetting France won the one before that.
Okay. 20. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. World Cup is weird, y'all. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Embrace it. Come on, Canada. Embrace it. Let's go.
Yes, but I see someone is in the chat. We need to talk to him, Chad, before we get out of here.
Yeah, he wasn't going to slide by. Let's go.
You're not going to slide by. Double A. Bring yourself in here. Bring yourself in here. You watched.
Yeah, I watched it.
Are you going to defend him?
All right, here's what I'll say.
If he doesn't, I will.
Uh-oh.
Eli, we talked about this. You cannot defend his actions.
Okay, here's what I'll say. Could he be a friend of mine, KC? Hell yeah. But I'm out. I'm out. Here's why.
Wow.
Congratulations.
I usually don't pull this card, but when I hear KC as a man say, "Oh, the women went after me," like our job as men is to go after the woman, and he's not doing that. He's not moving that way. So I'm out.
I just think he's misunderstood, and you guys are very
No,
hard on him.
he's
You guys
not,
are very,
Eli.
very tough on him. I just don't understand it.
Eli, he said his stock was rising.
Yeah,
Is it not? He's on his way to the finale.
No.
Is it not?
No, I
thought listen, when it got crazy, I thought I noticed something else rising. It wasn't his stock. I'll tell you that.
Well, they were gorgies.
Absolutely.
No, I have a whole other thing because even with the kissing and stuff, which is it is what it is. I felt disconnected in terms of like the connections. Like I'm watching the challenge tonight and from yesterday's show, I'm watching it. And I'm like, I'm not feeling any of this. But you know what though, Autumn, I'll give you this, and Eli knows this, and Chad knows this a little bit. At that age, I worked at Cedar Point.
I know. You practically were going. That was your Love Island.
That was
I know.
City
I
was
remember
this-
you telling me.
Soak City
Did
with
you
this
explore the
Casa
door? I
Amor.
mean, was there this kind of hedonism? Like, is that what happened?
So listen, so I can understand. All right, the first initial weeks is go wild, go crazy, and then if you get another opportunity, like imagine if we transferred from Cedar Point to Kings Island. I mean, we get another opportunity, but I can't defend how KC's moving. I can't.
You know what?
I
I
think
can't.
the girl he's talking to now is a baddie. She could talk to whoever she wants.
Yeah.
I hope she doesn't close herself to KC.
That
She
girl
can
is
talk
crazy.
to whoever she wants.
I got to be honest, too, though. Like, I got to be honest. I got something to get off my chest before we move into Midnight Run. Autumn, I don't think it's fair that Chad gets hump day every single week. He gets the no episode day every single week.
Listen, if you were watching the episodes, you would know that every day is hump day on
Oh,
Monday.
I watched the episodes.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
don't
I don't
worry.
know.
Oh, I watched the episodes. Don't try to tell Autumn that I don't watch the episodes, because I have done pretty well so far.
Especially
Hey,
the Tuesday
look.
episode.
I didn't make the schedule. First of all, I didn't make the Love Island schedule. I think the Love Island schedule is ridiculous as is. Because why do you not have an episode in the middle of the week? You should just have Saturday be the day you don't have an episode. Like that's
Yeah, I think Chad Bryan got involved in there, and I think he said, "Look, I got Wednesdays on the Daily Spiral. I don't want to get in any trouble. I don't want to get bullied or confronted."
Married.
My guy Double A.
What the hell is that?
Dude,
Got me
holy
sleeping on the
smokes.
couch, though.
No, I'll tell you this. I am ready. I'm ready for Friday, Autumn. I'm ready.
Okay.
I can't wait. I think we're gonna have a little bit more answers on KC. I think KC will work his way out of this. He always does.
I'm not buying it this time.
thank you, Double A. Thank you.
I don't think, because you got to remember, I listened to Sincere. This is the epitome of connections.
I forgot about that. He was trying so hard.
He was looking up words before they started filming. Like, I got it. Right. Epitome. That sounds good. I like that.
You want to know?
Why did the producers, they're previewing the episode. This is the epitome of connections.
See, my whole philosophy is this. The epitome of, yeah, he was trying.
The thing is I fully understand why he pronounces it that way. I do, because sometimes when you can tell he is a phonetic reader, and he definitely pronounced it how
He's like, we had a strong concepcion. I mean, no, that's the Browns wide receiver. We had a strong connection.
It's just, look, he meant epitome, y'all. He used it in the correct way.
I know what he meant, but I like the way he said it better.
I wish we were in your
It makes
studio
the
right
scene
now.
more important.
I wish we were in the Midnight Run studio so I could play the KC meme. That's all I wish I could do.
We'll switch over.
No, go ahead.
Okay, we're switching. All right. Everybody calm down. Here we go. Whoa, there we go. Look, man. Look, did we delete it? No, we sure as hell did not delete it.
That was the epitome of
Oh no, KC.
Uh-oh.
Oh damn.
What's even worse about that clip is that you don't see him having to go sit down at the fire pit.
I'm telling you, my strong take.
I rewatched that today, and I saw that. And I'm like, oh man, that was actually worse.
I stand on it.
there's
I
so
stand
much.
on it. And I know you guys have talked about it for pretty much a good chunk of the show here tonight. I stand on it. Casey, if not both, Casey and Sincere are making it as the last couple dudes here. I'm telling
No.
you. I'm telling you.
Sincere is a
America
liar.
loves Autumn.
Listen, if Casey wants to make it, he's gonna have to come back married to TT, man. Like that's.
I am telling you,
I-
America in the dating scene loves toxicity. These
Look,
two are very toxic. So therefore, on a reality show where you want to see the most drama, why wouldn't you put the two toxic guys there? Autumn, we're not talking about the nice guys. I get it. As a nice guy, we finish last. We get punched in the
No.
face.
Are
we
you
get
saying
bullied, we
Caleb's
get-
going home?
No.
Are you saying Caleb's going home?
I'm saying it's Sincere and Casey, the last two dudes standing. I'm standing. I'm
No.
standing on it.
No.
right.
I
Bryce
would
goes home, man. We
no.
saw Bryce cry, and maybe he's going home. Who knows?
All right, Autumn, I have a request, and then we got to get the midnight run. I have a request,
Yes.
though. If it is Casey and Sincere, I want you, if you could, make an update to the Daily Spiral intro, and I just want you to put my face randomly popping up throughout the intro at different points, with me saying, I was right. I was right. Can we do that?
If somehow by miracle, Casey and Sincere somehow, some way trick the audience into getting them into finals, maybe. But I don't think they're lasting another couple weeks. I think when we have there's two big votes coming up, by the way, y'all. You two better register. AA, I know you're registered. Chad and Eli, you have to download the app and register for the vote. There are two
And
big
vote
votes.
early. The app may not work.
Yep.
Yes.
Hashtag keep Casey. We got it. All right. Hashtag keep Casey, everybody.
This is toxic.
I'll
is
say
toxic.
this. I'd rather for KC to go deep than Sincere. Pause.
Hey, oh, no.
All right.
Oh,
I'm sure
No.
those words were also spoken in the villa at some point.
Yeah. There's a lot. What did you say, Chad? There was licking and sucking and
Yeah, there was some stuff that you don't normally expect. Yeah, there was some tickling. The first thing they licked, they sucked, they kissed.
there was, a lot
Nibble.
of-
There was some dancing. That was okay.
was it the fatal dance? Was it
No
the fatal
fatal dance. Yeah, no, none of that.
fatal dance.
That's the 1300s out here. You guys,
No,
yeah.
it's
We moved on.
look. I'm just gonna say this. There are two big votes coming up. There's one that's for the final, and then there's one to dump the couples before the finals.
Mm.
If I see Casey or Sincere near those, I'm screaming. I'm screaming. There's no way that them two should be anywhere near finals.
But
They are the
but-
epitome of toxicity. I mean, toxicity.
No, but again, no. As long as if KC is with TT, they might get one of my votes. They might get one of my votes.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
He's
I like-
misunderstood.
Double A trying to get invited to the wedding, man.
She just as crazy as he is, if not crazier. I predict that they will fizzle out before the end because she is going to do the classic Casa girl thing of coming on too strong after you get into the villa. He's 100% bringing her back.
I feel like she would have latched on to anybody. The first person that she had any kind of little connection with, she was latching on. Period.
Oh yeah,
that's
that's
it.
why she looked at Bryce and
Gotta
was
go
like,
back.
"Why you not exploring?"
Yeah.
She
Oh
looked
yeah, she
and
did
said,
do
"Why you
that.
not exploring?"
She did do
Yeah.
that.
She
That
knows
was
the game. She knows
hilarious.
how to stay. She knows how to keep herself relevant. That's right.
Mhm.
The more and
Now-
more I think about this, Double
Go ahead,
A,
Eli.
I just really feel like I would thrive on this show. Would I get my heart broken? Probably a lot. I probably have some trauma after. I'd come back to Midnight Run. I'd get scared of the music because I just would be hearing island music for the last 6 months
Steel
before or
drums.
whatever. Yeah.
Eli,
One of
I'm
those.
gonna tell you something. There's no music. There's no nothing.
See, I don't. Now you always say the bad things, Autumn, but there's good things too. I'd get a nice
Like
tan.
turkey bacon.
Yeah, what? No,
Turkey
it's not
bacon.
even turkey.
Don't
It's
talk
not
about
even
bacon.
turkey because there's no
Yeah,
turkey
chicken.
in
It was
Fiji.
chicken, right?
It's chicken.
Yeah.
I mean,
Chicken, 'cause
but
there's no
I
turkey.
think
Sausage.
I could play the game very well. I think first off, I'm a nice guy, so I wouldn't break no hearts. But I would understand when it's time to pivot. You got to know how to pivot in this game. Some of the guys have not pivoted. They don't have cornerback hips, so they're not pivoting fast enough. But I do think I could pivot. I think we make a run.
They're
next year.
backpedaling though.
I think
You
we
know-
make a run next year. Inside Edge Network, we all vote. We push it out as a network to get me to the island, to Love Island. I'll go to Fiji, rock out on Love Island, bring home the W, bring home my half of 100,000, and I invest it right into the network. It's a win for everybody.
Oh my God.
There's Buddy as your friend. As your bro.
He said, buddy, as your friend.
I don't know if I can allow this.
Oh, I'd come back like destroyed. Like they'd be like, "Oh, you want to go on air?" I'd be like, "No, I've had my heart broken 10 times."
Here's the problem. See, these men that are on this show, their game is out there. Like Casey is screwed when he leaves the Villa. Like your whole game plan, how you operate from Monday to Sunday, is on tape.
Yep.
That's
Absolutely.
it. You're screwed.
You have built your whole personality around being flighty. Whatever the next shiny thing that comes along is going to grab your attention and pull. Yeah,
But you know what?
he's going to struggle.
Roddy Piper, the great wrestler, said it best once. He said, "Just when they think they have all the answers, I change the questions."
No, I'm going to leave you guys on this, and then we're going to get out of here. I said this on Jersey Chasers, and I'm going to leave this with y'all. Casey is the problem because, like I said, who is going to be the girls? Why do you want to be chased? Who gonna be the girl? Because Anaya can't be the girl because she got to chase him. TT can't be the girl because she got to chase him. Who gonna be the girls on Love Island?
I think the other question though, which one of the OG girls, not named Kenzie, is willing to actually explore, like really explore?
Right.
I think it will be Anaya. We talked about this. I think it will be Anaya. I think Chad thinks it's gonna be Kata.
I just have a feeling.
I hope so. I don't know. Melanie is somebody to keep track of too.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we need to do is for the finale, have all four of us do a review.
Absolutely.
I think at that
Absolutely.
point, I think Chad and I should join you for a review.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to be right. I cannot wait to
You're
be
not
like,
gonna be
wow,
right.
I am so right.
You're
know
not
if
gonna be
Casey's
right.
gonna in that
As
final,
a
buddy.
veteran watcher of this show, I am so happy that I am able to give expert analysis
No,
every
I'ma tell
Tuesday
you
and
like
Friday.
this. I'm gonna tell you like this: every demonic man that has ever been on this show has never touched the finals ever.
I get it, Autumn, but bad people win too sometimes. And right now, it
None
feels
of them have won ever. Well, I'm lying because there have been a couple scammers. There have been a couple scammers that scam their way, but not Casey level. Casey is like a level of nobody is letting him touch that 100K.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think that's a perfect segue right into Midnight Run. You guys have done a phenomenal job. Autumn, always a pleasure having you here for the 11 o'clock hour. The Daily Spiral back tomorrow with
Chad.
Chad B. That's right.
Back-to-back days.
Chad Bryan, phenomenal job throughout the Spiral, and you did pretty well on prime time too, buddy. What we're gonna do is we're all gonna disappear here. Double A is gonna continue. I think some relationship talk and maybe.
No, we got to talk about we got Baker Mayfield's in the news because of the U.S. Open champion.
He too was on a Love Island. All right. Well,
Yeah.
let's get to it.
There's some exploration. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna disappear. Autumn.
Somebody went to the villa.
Gossip.
All right.
Gossip.
Gossip.
Every time I see that, I'm like, please stop. Stop doing that. Don't do
Dude, KC and the shoulder pass, man. I'm never getting that. Yeah, my stock. Why would you say that? You can't say your stock's going up. Yeah, my
When
God.
he said his stock is on the rise, I said, you know what?
Right.
That means it's on. No.
Because
You're right.
oh man, he don't. Autumn, I'm sorry. I know we got to move. Autumn, when are they showing? When are they coming back? Because we need to see KC. We need to see that. When are they coming back?
So, I think they will be back on Sunday. I think Sunday is going to be the recoupling. I wouldn't be surprised if it is on Friday. But I think Sunday is the day where everybody comes back, and that's the big recoupling ceremony.
Oh, I hope it's Friday. I hope it's Friday. Goodness, that is the Daily Spiral will be must watch. I would be like, wow, am I the psychic? Should I be known as the psychic?
You're not gonna be psychic because Sincere is gonna pull a Sincere. He is not gonna stay with Amora. KC is gonna pick TT, and we're all gonna be mad because Zach is also gonna still be in the villa.
Autumn, I don't like to be right sometimes. Well, but
Yeah,
this time I am. I just.
Do you really want to be on the show?
I
don't
love
want to be on that show.
I think
You
I would
don't
do
wanna be
well
on Love
there.
Island, man. I'm telling you, as
I would
someone
do
that
well.
applied, you do not want to be on that show.
don't
Would
wanna
you,
be
There's
on
vote,
that
would you
show.
guys vote for
rules.
me? Would you guys vote for me? At least keep me going.
Obviously, I would if you got on
All
there.
right. Well, I mean that's.
It depends on how you act.
Money
man.
if
you
you
start saying
donate it
things
back
like,
to the network.
yeah. If you start saying things like epitome, I'm not. voting.
I'm gonna,
Right.
No, I'm gonna be like. I'm gonna be
The
like.
epitome of connections, buddy.
I'm
See
gonna
you
be a
later, man.
Casa
Sorry,
Moore.
Eli. I love you, but
I'm gonna be a Casa Moore. I'm gonna be like, look, you got to see my Tuesday top 5 list. Chad B and I did this a few months ago. This is the real good one. It's Miami Heat players. So
I'm like,
God.
Hey, coming up this hour, we're going to talk about the epitome of the Browns QB room and the epitome of the Cavaliers and Jaylen Brown.
all right. Well, you heard Double A. When we come back from station identification, it's time for Midnight Run. Autumn will be off the screen. Chad will be off the screen, and I'll be hiding behind the scenes, probably eating more food.
Real
All right.
quick, shout out to Christy.
Yes.
Shout out to
absolutely.
Christy.
Absolutely.
Shout out to my girl. Please don't make me cry again, y'all. I cried on air. I cannot do it again. All right. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Technically today.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, yeah, we got Midnight Conversations coming up this hour, too.
Oh, it's gonna get unhinged. Midnight Run coming up after station identification.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
And with that, welcome everybody to Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network. Listen, it's a beautiful sound. Oh, it's coming together right there. Inside Edge Network. We're on social media at Inside Edge Net across all of our social media platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We're on the Roku. I said that like Bill Belichick in the space face, the snap face. Inside Edge Network on Roku. We are there, and also we have a website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Great to have you with us. Here with you until 1. Coming up later this hour, we have Midnight Conversations. Myself, Omar, and Eli. They are standing by, getting you ready for that. Crazy middle of the week, late night discussion, and a special edition of Smash or Pass. We have a special video for you coming up later on in the show. You know, I will admit, sports-wise, the news has been heavy. Like, not in terms of like, you know, life or death or anything like that, but like heavy in terms of high implications of storylines and things like that. The Cavaliers trading out of the first round. They did make a pick in round 2, but the Cavaliers are in a unique position, and not in a good way, because they have to trade. Basically, they need to get out of the second apron, the Cavaliers. So financially, it didn't make sense for them to make a pick in the first round. It just didn't. So trading out of the first round for what they're facing made sense. But we'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. So we're going to lead the show with Wyndham Clark. Now, wait a minute. Wait, what? You're going to lead the show with that? Yes. The U.S. Open champion. 2-time U.S. Open champion. And normally I would say, wait, why are we leading the news with this? I saw a clip. I was on the phone with Eli earlier today talking network business and things going on. And during our conversation, I happened to just go through and see this video from Pardon My Take. And I didn't know there was beef between the U.S. Open champion and Baker Mayfield, of all people. Like, wait a minute, where's the connection here? But turns out, he tweeted back in 2016 that he hates Baker Mayfield. Okay, fine, whatever. A lot of people, whatever. But take a look. This is courtesy of part of my take of why this is a thing. Take a look.
I was curious if I could just take you back to December 3rd, 2016. We were talking. You said haters going to hate on Twitter earlier in this interview. You did tweet, "I hate Baker Mayfield," and I was just curious if you still feel that way. Maybe your thoughts on that. Maybe that hate in your heart's gone away, or what? Maybe where you're at on that.
I'm trying to decide if I should tell the story.
Yeah.
All right, screw it. I don't care. People already hate me. So. No, it's not that bad. My PR team's here.
Listen, your PR team's on the hot seat because we're coming up with ideas they never thought of.
No, they didn't. They prepped me for everything. They didn't prep me for this one. My girlfriend at the time cheated on me with Baker Mayfield.
Oh, that's a fair tweet.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
But here's what I will say. Everyone's dying. As I have come to, I'm actually a Baker fan now. I think he's a homie. That's your initial response.
Right.
Like, screw that guy, but really screw the,
Yeah, your girlfriend, yeah.
But yeah, so I'm a Baker fan now, but that's where it came from.
That's a totally, we were trying to figure it out. We're like, oh, well, Oklahoma State, there's natural hate there. No, that's a totally fair tweet.
This is personal. Yeah. I hope actually this is a bro moment for us to be like, oh, bro, I didn't know, my bad. She never told me. And I'm like, oh, it's all good. We're homies. Let's play golf. That's where I hope this comes from.
Unbelievable. Now, listen, okay, I don't have a serious take out of this other than they'll be messing around, I guess. That's the only other thing. I believe Clark went to Oklahoma State at the same time as Baker Mayfield attended and starred at Oklahoma as starting quarterback before obviously coming over and getting drafted by the Cleveland Browns. Unreal. So it's amazing. That is a perfect illustration, and maybe he is. I mean, but long-time ex, they're both good now. Everybody's good now. Baker Mayfield has a family. I'm sure Clark has a family as well. But that's a full illustration of things coming full circle. Things coming back. So probably didn't think at the time, man, this guy's going to be a 2-time U.S. Open champion. But yeah, here we are. It's just amazing. And I thought about Baker because, well, take a look back at what Baker Mayfield had to say earlier in the month about his contract status with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, regardless, we've built roots here in Tampa. We love the community. We love being here. They've embraced us, and we enjoy being here. And obviously, going to raise kids here, but contract stuff it's happening, it's starting, the talks and whatnot, but not anywhere close to what we were thinking. So would love to be here long term, and as of right now, that's not exactly the case. But I'm under contract for 2026, and the guys in that locker room, the staff know that I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to do everything I can to help this team win a Super Bowl, and that's, to me, that's the priority. Everything else will take care of itself. Obviously, yes, I would love to have a long-term deal done, but they know my deadline is as soon as training camp starts. We're not doing any contract stuff. It's all ball. So it's not up to me when that gets done by. But so hopefully before that. If not, then it's still gonna have a good year.
So you might have thought, and that was from earlier in the month, and no update since that point on Baker Mayfield and the contract situation with Tampa Bay. So I bring that to the forefront because you might think, oh, we're out of the woods as far as the Browns QB room and what can you do? Nah, no, not necessarily. And I wish you could say that, but here's the reality. I believe you have a roster here in Cleveland that's at least good enough not to bottom out. I don't envision a scenario, well, it's the Browns, anything can happen, but it's tough for me to justify, oh, this team's only going to win 2 games, 3 games. Like, this roster might get you 5 or 6 wins. But history obviously is not on the Browns' side. And as much as I personally want Shedeur Sanders to win the starting job, get 17 games to prove that he is the guy, I do not believe he's going to get that opportunity. I really don't. I think they're going to do their absolute damnedest to give Deshaun Watson that opportunity. And I'll stand by what I've been saying about Deshaun Watson. The game speed is going to be too much for Deshaun. It's going to be too much. Based on camp reports, kind of inconsistent even during camp. Again, we will know for sure once the pads come on in training camp, once the veterans report. It looks like July 28th, the vets are going to report. So just over a month from right now. But I think they're going to give Deshaun Watson every opportunity. And it's just not going to go well. And I hate, we played the sound. We don't have it today, but we played the sound from Ocho Cinco on Nightcap yesterday, or it might have been a couple days ago. When we played the clip, and he had mentioned, Deshaun Watson, through his sources, Deshaun Watson's going to get 6 games to meet expectations or not. And then if it doesn't happen, they're going to go to Shedeur. I think you're going to run into major problems if you do not start the season with Shedeur Sanders, which I don't think they'll do. If it was me running the show, Shedeur Sanders is starting from week 1. Like, he's our guy right now. But due to contract, due to whatever, he's not going to get that opportunity, even though he's improving in practice. So I think because Deshaun's going to start the season and it won't end well, and then you're going to have to change the offense a little bit differently with Shedeur, I don't think that may not turn out well either. But you're not going to be in a position to draft one of those quarterbacks. I mean, you could, but it would be in the mid-tier. But if you deem that your roster is good enough to elevate, and all you need is a quarterback, would you kick the tires on Baker? Matter of fact, let me set this up for you. If you woke up one day, let's say March 20th, 2027, and you're raced 5 years, and Baker Mayfield is on your roster, I'll do the would you rather. You take anybody from the QB room right now, or if you woke up today and Baker Mayfield's on your roster, would you take that instead? I wonder where a lot of people will fall in line with that. I do wonder. We'll talk more about that when we come back from break. Also, the latest on the Cleveland Cavaliers in terms of what they did with the NBA draft and what's next. Jaylen Brown, Evan Mobley, that's been floating. So we'll see what's going on with that. Plus, we are about 10 minutes away from Midnight Conversation. So we'll have all of that for you coming up on the other side. This is Midnight Run. Anthony Alpha here with you here on the InsideEdge Network and also on Keon Sports on YouTube and Facebook. Back after this.
Keon Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Keon Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Keon Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keonsports.com or on YouTube at Keon Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Hey guys, awesome show here on Unfiltered today. Did a great conversation about the Cavs, what's going on. Kyrie Irving, he's been losing his mind a little bit. We talked about that. We talked about a bunch of things going on the program. And don't forget, tomorrow, 5 p.m. right here on the Inside Edge Network, going to have the one and only Jake Underwood on the show. Plenty to talk about when it comes to the news and notes of the day with him, and an update on what's going on with the situation, obviously, in Iran. Are we getting closer to a permanent deal? And his thoughts on stuff with the Cleveland Browns and owner Jimmy Haslam. He's got some interesting takes on all of that. All of that and more, 5 p.m. tomorrow right here on Unfiltered, all along the Inside Edge Network.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
All right, folks, welcome back to the show. Here with you. I'm Midnight Run until 1 o'clock. Midnight Conversations comes your way in less than 10 minutes. Listen, I know people are like, man, you got to just settle in on what you have. And I will, definitely. Just based on, we was talking about past trauma and stuff like that. Based on what I see, I have to forecast things. I know with Baker, it is tough because he did go through a lot of maturity issues the first go around. But if you lined up his stats that he had last year and pretended like he was here in Cleveland, he would have been, that would have broke single season records for the Cleveland Browns. But again, if it was up to me, just give Shedeur Sanders the opportunity. Just give him the opportunity. He's proven with a great roster that he can handle things and handle business. I just don't trust that he's going to get the backing from the franchise. If you give Deshaun Watson meaningful snaps in the regular season, forget about it. Kobe Altman talked with the media after the draft. In this video, courtesy of Cameron Justice, is 624 Altman 01. And he had this to say. Take a look.
We have a draft board. We try to come up with top 30. We really like in terms of like if there was in our top 20, if that fell, one of those guys fell, maybe that's when you draft it. But we were looking at exit strategies all along. We certainly need to navigate this tax and second apron bill. But I'll also say this in terms of Malik. We have a ton of respect for that program and Coach Calipari, who knows a thing or two about guards. And we just got incredible response from him this morning about who Malik was. Not that we didn't do our research before. Brandon Weems is very close to Coach Calipari, but his assertiveness and his confidence in Malik was so meaningful to us, and so he was the clear selection.
There you go. And by the accounts that I've seen, he's a first-round talent that fell in round 2. Cameron Justice also quoted, I didn't load the video in before the break, but I'll read the quote here from Malik Thomas himself, what he brings to Cleveland. And I quote, my defensive intensity, being very intense on defense, offensive game, in my opinion, kind of speaks for itself. I'm going to shoot the skin off the ball. I really feel like it's going to be a hard time guarding me. And that was Malik Thomas quoted after the draft, talking with the media. We'll have more on the draft tomorrow on Midnight Run, and I'm sure across some of our shows here on the network. But we've been hearing floating around Jaylen Brown was, if there's anything to speak of from that standpoint, and it's tough. It's tough because the guy I want traded is Donovan Mitchell. But Evan Mobley, and I thought Chad made a great point last night, and it stuck with me ever since he said it, because it's true. It's like, all right, you're waiting for Evan Mobley to take that leap, leap. And he has stretches of good games where it happens, and then he fades into the background, and then other things happen. So, like, when exactly is that leap going to happen? And at some point, Evan Mobley will be 30. Like, will it happen at any point? I mean, how long will we have to wait? I mean, he's 20. He just turned 25. He just turned 25 years old. So, look, I mean, 5 years is a long time, but we all know 5 years can go by just like that in sports. So it's something we have to wait and see. The one thing that Jaylen Brown would bring to this team that nobody else on this team has, maybe for the exception of Jared Allen, a clutch gene. Somebody who's not afraid to take those shots and have command of the offense. And I know earlier in the year, I heavily criticized. I got Celtics fans pissed at me on TikTok because I'm like, dude, the way you're going to get calls because you can't run your offense and scoop players out of the way. But you're absolutely right. If you're saying like, oh, you won't complain about that if he's here in Cleveland. You hear me complain about James Harden's flopping since he's been here? I'm going to be loyal to my teams. So absolutely. If Jaylen Brown's in a Cleveland Cavalier uniform, he can do whatever the hell he wants as long as he gets my team W's the right way, of course. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we have an important edition of Midnight Conversations. Myself, Eli, Omar will join us during the segment as well. And folks, we had a special edition of Smash or Pass bacon wrapped honey bun. This is a 2-day experiment. We did the peanut butter honey bun sandwich yesterday, and today we're getting after it. Bacon wrapped honey buns. We got that, plus a whole lot more in Midnight Conversations, including what happens if a random man shows up at your front porch and he pulls down his pants. We'll have that for you coming up next. This is Midnight Run here on the InsideEdge Network.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick.
With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh.
I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
All right, folks, welcome back to Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network. It's time for Midnight Conversations. Come on in, Eli and Omar. Come on in. Omar's just settling in. I was watching him switch out.
Oh, yeah. He ain't safe. He just spent the Tuesday afternoon. I love Omar with all my heart. He knows this. If you knew the hoops I had to jump through to get this beast of a man over onto these airwaves after he spent Tuesday talking to Rob Rosicki, our very own Rob Rosicki, about one of his pet peeves. Was what, Omar? What was one of your pet peeves?
Well, that's traveling, buddy.
You are traveling to your studio.
Which is like 10 steps downstairs, my guy. I'm here. What are you talking about?
You are, and I'm happy to see you. I was concerned, man. We have a very important midnight conversation, and we need you here. We
do. We have video, but we have two announcements. Number one, you want to stay tuned to the end of the segment because these two did the impossible.
Yeah.
And I want to thank them. I can't give away what they did yet.
Listen,
I want to thank them for doing what they did.
I was tired. My back hurts from carrying the network so bad.
I get it. I understand. I completely understand. The second program announcement, we'll give it to you right now. If you enjoy Midnight Conversations, we've done this now, I think, for a couple months now. Yeah. July 4th. I don't have a time for it yet, but on July 4th, Saturday, we will have the best of Midnight Conversations right here on the Inside Edge Network. And I think we're going to do all of them. So I think it might be like a 3-hour special or something.
And that'll just be half of them. I'm just kidding. That is amazing. That is amazing. All right, Dubs. What do you got on the docket for us tonight?
Okay, so this first story is out of Detroit. What would you do if a random man showed up unannounced at your front porch, and at some point during the confrontation, you see on your doorbell camera, he pulls his pants down? Wait, you don't believe me? Here's the clip from Detroit, Fox 2, Jessica Dupnack with the story.
This story starts as kind of a typical neighbor squabble over kids playing where they shouldn't be playing. Oh boy, it escalated. Take a look. This guy picked a fight with a doorbell camera.
You stupid racist ass. How you like it, Karen?
Well, not Karen. He was actually mad at Sonia Baisley.
When you're drinking, don't come on anyone's porch and pull down your pants and call them all kind of.
Oh yeah, it was a full moon in Lincoln Park earlier this month.
Better yet, I'll give you you to kiss for the morning.
Ah! That booty bounce could catch this guy a charge for indecent exposure.
I still think about it, to be honest with you.
Earlier this month, Sonia asked the neighbor kids not to use her driveway as a racetrack with their toy cars late at night. Didn't sit well with their parents, words were exchanged, then it escalated when their seemingly drunken friend stepped in.
I should on your porch, you stupid.
And Sonia says all this on Juneteenth, no less.
Do better. Please do better.
We talked to Lincoln Park Police. They are looking into this. Sonia plans on filing a formal police report on Wednesday. As I said, this could lead to indecent exposure charges. Reporting in the newsroom, Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
Jessica needed a cigarette after that one.
Yeah, that was a rough segment there.
God dang. To answer the question, I'd beat his ass. Let's be clear. Let's just be clear. I think Omar and I are on the same page. We disagree on certain things in life, and that's okay. Still my bro, but I think Omar, we're on the same page. I think that dude would just be getting an ass whooping with his pants down.
Yeah, no, he'd be getting a cat or a dog sick down or something.
Oh, Paisley would rock his shit. Oh, Paisley would.
Yeah, he would be done. The only thing, though, see, here's the thing. If you're beating up on a dude who has his pants down, you have to win that fight.
Oh, yeah. Are you?
You can't lose to a guy who has his behind out. Like, you have to win that fight.
Dude,
I mean, you already have an advantage. His pants are already around his ankles.
Yeah. He doesn't have the low center of gravity. He doesn't have the balance.
Dude, she should have just came out with like some Lysol or something, or like just something, like, and just hit him with it, like.
Not the Lysol.
Something like, you know what? You want to be a stanky motherfucker? Then like we're gonna get that. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. That deserves an F-bomb. Very rarely on this network do I drop an F-bomb. Hands down.
Juneteenth?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's foul, bro. That's foul.
Like, you choose all the days, and this has been going on clearly for a minute, and you chose that day, bro. Any day, to be honest. It could be June 8th. It could be
April he was probably
25th.
Out celebrating, came home and just.
He did that. He did that on Juneteenth in Detroit.
Dude, his knees were weak. His arms were heavy. There was vomit on his sweater already.
He was not surviving 8 Mile. No. Still not the worst.
A mile.
Still not the worst story we've covered from Detroit. That was the landlord story.
Dude, what is going on in Detroit?
Messing around with the tenant. Like, what is that? Oh, man, that was terrible.
I think one of the craziest stories I've had with those with a drunken Eli Moon is like when my aunt was still, I mean, God rest her soul, but when I was out drinking with her and my cousin, and his girlfriend, and I found out what a green tea shot was for the first time.
Oh boy.
And I was like, damn, these things are great, man. Like, you don't feel them. You just keep drinking them. You don't feel these things at all. It's like I'm drinking them, mixing them with Jack and Coke. So I was already mixing lights and darks. I was on fire. I had like 6 Jack and Cokes. This is like a while ago. This is young Eli Moon before I stopped drinking. And it's part of the reason why I stopped drinking. So I had like 6 green tea shots and like 4 or 5 Jack and Cokes. I was going for my 6. I went to lean in, and I spilled the drink all over the bar. And the bartender was like, "You're cut off, buddy." And I was like, "Thank you." And like, just stop serving me drinks. Like, stop taking my money. And we got let out. And my cousin stopped in the neighbor's yard. And he goes, "Okay, you guys can walk across." And I started walking across, and I face planted into the neighbor's grass. And I just laid there. Like basically a Street Fighter character laid out, just done. Like, I was done. And my aunt's like, "Eli," and God, she was the best. She goes, "Eli, you have to get up." And I was like, "Yeah, Monica, I can't get up right now." I was like, I'm going to just lay here. She goes, "You cannot lay in the neighbor's yard. This is not the yard to lay in. The neighbors are kind of assholes." And I'm like, "Okay." And so I go to get up, and I couldn't muster the strength. And I go, "Here's what we're going to do. Go open the door, the side door. I'm going to get up in one big jump, and I'm going to run to the door. And I'm going to get there." I jumped up. I ran to the door, and that night I fell asleep in the bathroom with my pants down at my ankles. So
And you want to be on Love Island?
I don't drink anymore, so I don't think they can beat me anymore.
Actually, yeah, I don't think and I have flashbacks to Bowling Green, the Monster and vodka mix.
Oh, God. Bro, I've had a few,
and we had a Thor hammer for Halloween, and me and my buddies, we used to always like, "Well, it's time for the shots." Thor,
dude, I've
hit the hammer.
I've had some bad downtown experiences, bro. When I lived on East 12th, and I went out drinking at downtown on West 6th, and I came back, and I was like, I think I called Omar probably like 15 minutes before I got home, and I was like, "Dude, I just got to make it home. I don't feel well though." And I got outside of the apartment complex downtown, and I'm like sitting there, and I'm like praying, like I'm legit praying. I'm like, "Please God, like just let me get upstairs. Give me the strength to throw up in my own toilet." And we got up into the elevator. We started going up to the 7th floor, and let's just say we did not make it to the toilet. The maintenance guy was pissed.
Now, this question I was going to actually save for next week, but I'll do it now, based on what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
You're drunk. You're done.
Yeah.
This is it. And then what if you're told you have to play a sport while you're drunk? Now, again, let's be safe. You're not driving or anything like that. It's just you're walking home, and your buddy's like, "Hey, let's play this," and you're just drunk.
It just matters. I guess it matters on the game, right? Like I could hoop while I was lit. I could definitely hoop while I was lit. I definitely could. Like I would dunk on somebody.
The sloshing around in your stomach every time you like go to run, or like every time you try and jump.
You gotta eat some bread.
Dude, I'd be going up 15 minutes in, bro.
You gotta eat some bread, Omar. You gotta soak it up.
You gotta do the sport that's for everybody, man. You gotta play some ACL cornhole.
Dude.
Most of the players who play are
you're not moving.
Dude,
you're exactly right. You gotta throw the bags. That's the sport I'm playing.
I'll tell you, man. I got into some crazy stuff while I was drinking. One of them was, geez, you guys are so funny. One of them was when I would scooter home.
House rules. I'm kidding. Sorry.
If I did a little day drinking earlier in the day when I lived downtown, and I'd jump on one of those scooters, and I just see how far I could drive around the city while I was lit. And I know that was not a great idea, but here we are telling the story 5-6 years later, and I did all right. Did all right for myself, but I did have a few spills on Superior. Not while actually, funny enough, while I was sober.
I'm practicing beer pong on camp.
Oh, I see you
right now.
I see you. You still would. You and Omar could team up. I promise you. I could go find the guy on the street, and I'd beat both of you right now.
Brother,
I am clean at beer pong. Yeah.
No.
Oh
No,
yeah.
not anymore. Not anymore.
Oh yeah.
I'm fine. We'll get a table. We'll
Yeah.
put it outside my studios, and we'll play.
I'll play you 2v1. I'm that confident.
Somebody's going through that table.
Okay, I ain't got that kind of money, but I need the table back. But actually, it might be this table back here. This has my coffee and toast. we might need that. No, if I had somebody once, they were like, man, let's dodgeball. We did it hungover.
Oh, no.
All right, we got to go to the rec and work out. Like, no, we really don't. That's all right. We're not going to really work out. We're just going to dodgeball. I run up. You know how it starts. You run up, you try to grab the ball or whatever. It's like, all right, go. And I'm going, and I grab the ball.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
And then I stood. I was just like this with the ball. This is all I did. That's all I did.
The flick of the wrist.
That's all I did. It didn't even go anywhere, man. Oh, man, it's just terrible. All right, third and final question before we get to our treat of the night. You're in battle. You're in a huge battle. Okay, you're sober, but you're in battle.
Okay.
Would you rather, Omar, you're going to be first. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
God, I'm so glad he asked you this first, bud. I'm so glad you got to answer this first.
Give me the horse.
100.
Give me the horse.
100 horses, but like they're sizes of ducks, or one duck, but they're as big as a horse.
Give me the giant duck.
Why though?
Because it's a giant freaking duck. It'd be cute, man.
Oh, it's real cute till it was a chomp your head off.
That's fine. At least it's adorable. Dude, the visual of yeah, no. I'm choosing the big duck.
Dude, I feel like the duck you could grapple with a little bit. Like my wrestling background would come in where I'd be like, I'm taking you to the ground.
Dude, I'm not getting trampled by all those horses.
You're not going to get trampled by them. They're duck size.
Bro, they're going to carry me away.
It's 100 of them.
They're going to
it's 100 of them.
It's like hydroplaning, right? You know when your car goes over the water and it starts to skid? That's what would happen. They would carry me away. I'd be gone.
What weapons do I get in my arsenal? Do I get weapons?
I did not include weapons, but you can get something, sure.
All right, so like I would definitely get like I gotta think. I'd probably get like like a rolling pin or something. Like start off with a rolling pin.
What's that gonna do? This ain't Wii Sports. We got Nintendo Wii.
Oh, we're straight Minecraft in it. You see how hard they hit in Minecraft when they're just chopping these trees and stuff down? I'm gonna smack these horses. I'm gonna hit these horses. I'm gonna hit these horses with a rolling pin, and they're not gonna know what hit them. Literally, they are not gonna know what hit them. And here's the thing, like, I'm just not concerned. I'm not concerned about 100 duck-sized horses because there's a lot of ways to defeat them. Horses can't get out of pens. If we build a pen,
horses are strong though.
They're strong.
Not a duck
you ever
size.
watch Kentucky Derby?
Yes, but they're not that size in this. They're not 100. They're not
Think
duck
about
size.
100 of those. Think about 100 of them mother effers.
They're still strong. Why
around? They got strength.
Yeah, but not. I think you guys underestimate how strong a human being is.
No, we only have 2 arms and 2 legs.
Horses are just straight muscle, bro.
Yeah, but at a duck size, they're losing a lot of that muscle.
I mean, they're still muscular.
But 100 of them, they could team up and pick you up and move.
Well, let's make the question a little bit more amplified. Not me per se, because I'm not the biggest guy. Let's say Arnold Schwarzenegger against 100 duck-sized horses. Now who wins?
The horses. Arnold would pull a muscle.
Dude, oh my.
Yeah, he's like 80 now, bro.
Yeah, he would.
I'm
pull
talking
a muscle.
in his. You guys.
Oh, in his prime,
he
really
prime.
would pull muscles. He would pull a muscle. He would pull a hammy.
Oh.
Hold up. How tall is Arnold? How tall is he?
I had to look it up. Give me a second.
Because that size, he has to reach down.
I don't
and
care
grab
about
them.
the horses. I just need these women.
Yeah.
I need you guys.
I'm looking. Arnold. My
his
search is
height.
like, what is going on?
I got it. He's 6'2".
Yep, there he is. Yeah, he's the same height as me, basically. He's an inch taller than me. But he's bigger than me.
And you would have to bend down. So how are you killing 100? How are you defeating 100 horses?
I don't think we're trying to do all that to them. I think we're going to defeat them. We're going to knock them silly with the rolling pin, and then we're going to put them in a pen. We're going to put them in a gate where they're contained.
Bad horse.
We're going to contain these horses.
Boy, you daddy. Oh, you're going to the pit.
Rolling pin.
Double A, you sound like you're describing Love Island again, buddy.
You're going to the. You're going back in through the gate.
You're going back to Casa Amor.
You're going back to the villa, damn it. Dude, I'm so slap happy right
out
now.
of all the weapons you could have picked, why a rolling pin? I just want
Because
to.
it adds a lot of oomph.
Like, what are you doing?
It adds a lot of oomph, and you're not going to hurt them to the point where they're unalive. You just want to knock them silly enough to where you have this built pen because you knew this day would come, and you have this pen, and you put them in the pen, and you say,
So
now you can't roam.
Pen. It could be electrified. You don't even have to use a rolling pin. What's the
But
rolling
they're
pin
attacking
for?
you.
Hold up.
First.
So
You
you
got to
don't
get
wanna-
them into the pen,
But you don't want to hurt them?
not to the point of unaliveness.
Oh, okay. So that takes out my answer. I was going to say a flamethrower.
Oh my God.
Wipe them out. And you go all around. Treat them like bad boy, cowboy, whatever.
Double A, that was such a turn. We went from a rolling pin to a flamethrower. A flamethrower.
No more effort.
Omar doesn't even have his normal shades on tonight, so you can see the level of disappointment.
Hold up. There's one coming in. Pow! That's what I would do.
A flamethrower. Poor horses. Poor horses.
Wow.
You can't do that with one. Yeah, we don't do. All right, like you only have one. You chop their legs off. I don't know.
A
This is
flamethrower.
tough.
That is a scene of. That's
I
a
hope
massacre.
there's not a single person watching who's like an
Forget the
animal
blue
rights supporter. They're going to get our channel shut down.
Yeah. Like, we're on the phone with PETA right now, and we're gonna look into this.
I hope the WWF is not watching right now.
Dude, when they ran that angle in the WWF with Big Boss Man and Big Show, or Big Boss Man and Al Snow, when they fed him pepper, oh God.
Before we get to our featured treat, I do need to ask you both a wrestling question.
Sure. Okay.
Night of Champions. There's actually a ton of wrestling this weekend. We'll actually, Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast returns tomorrow night. We'll actually air it after Midnight Run tomorrow. Special presentation. But are you guys ready for Jey Uso to win the King of the Ring tournament?
Yes, I am. I don't know if Omar is. I see him looking away, but I am.
One word.
Come on.
Yeet.
Yeet. Come on. Let's go. I mean, it's so clear as day from somebody that only watches highlights of wrestling nowadays. It's so clear as day that Oba is going to get interfered with Brock, and Jay's going to be the King of the Ring. He's going to go after Cody, and you're going to have – that's how the Cody Bloodline Part 3 gets tied together because they didn't do it last year because they ran out of time to tie it together. So now they got to tie it together this year. And, yeah, I'm ready, Double A. But, I leave that to the experts. I leave that to you and Kyle to tell us exactly how we should feel about this. And I will not have any further thoughts on this until I watch Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast. Then I can make my most educated decision on how I should feel moving into Saturday. But I am ready. I think the guys are coming over Saturday. The network's coming through. We're going to get after it, and I think we're going to watch some Night of Champions. Hopefully Omar gets to make I won't ruin the surprise, but hopefully he makes what we got into earlier on Saturday.
Oh. I don't even know what it is. Dude, I am so slap happy right now. I didn't go to the gym after work today.
Oh, no, today was the day you should have went to the gym.
I know.
Bro, no, this whole event changed my entire life, and I'll never be the same for it.
I know. I came home talking to Papa Moon about it.
My course of my day completely changed as soon as this happened, and I've been on a run.
A midnight run.
A midnight run. I don't know how many naps I took today. Like my day is completely shifted and altered because of this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all due respect, because you are usually in here at like 10 o'clock, usually 10:30, ready to roll for midnight conversations.
You are.
2 hours early. And me and Double A were both like texting during the break, like, Omar might have pulled an Eli Moon and slept through this thing tonight. We're like frantically calling. I'm like, goodness. And it was just, oh man, I'm so glad you're here to witness this moment that we witnessed earlier, Omar, because I came home and guys, I talked to Papa Moon. He didn't believe me that we had this happen. He goes, no, you didn't. I go, yes, I did. He goes, no, you didn't. I go, okay, I didn't. He goes, you did. I go, I did. And so then we discussed how the gravity of this moment and how he is not allowed to come anywhere near what we experienced because of, you know, Papa Moon's trying to get his health together. He's doing a lot better. I can't let him anywhere near this.
No, you cannot. No.
The
And
thing-
after today, we shouldn't be anywhere near this either.
No, the thing we encountered could have killed many people.
So here it is. So yesterday, you know, honey bun, peanut butter sandwich, and everything from Big Back Tuesday last week. Stephon Johnson had it. Like, I'm intrigued. We gotta try it. I thought I had it this morning.
Yeah,
I had the second half of it this morning. It was better.
Bro,
you know,
you had the second half of it this morning, and then you partook today. My goodness, man, your stomach.
I'm a team player, and my stomach. I'm a team player. I do it for the network. Just like how Eli's going to Love Island, I will do this for the network. I die hard for the network.
Give me the claps.
So I had that for breakfast, and then there was a part 2 of this. And part 2 is what you're about to see right now. This is amazing stuff. When Omar said he was going to do this, I kind of didn't believe him. That's why I didn't even press him on doing this. But he came through, and we have a special presentation for you guys right now.
Hello, Inside Edge Network. We are rocking and rolling here. We have our iron rack, and over here we have honey buns. You're probably wondering what's going on. Why do we have honey buns and an iron rack? There's a lot to be considered when looking at this. You'll just have to stay tuned.
All right, you ready for this? All right. We got our maple cured flavored bacon, and it's thick, baby. It's thick, and this is gonna go all around our honey buns. Oh my goodness. Look at me struggling trying to open this package. Look at this. Look at this. All right, so we're gonna take this bacon and just wrap it around this honey bun. And notice I used the thick cut, and we're gonna completely get full coverage here. Look at this. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's gonna be wonderful.
So we want to give a big shout out to Stephon Johnson behind the idea of this. We had to try it for ourselves here. So we're here, we're getting after it. You see the bacon, it's wrapped around the honey bun. Look at that. That's the care we put into this here on the Inside Edge Network. We're serious about this. So now we have our bacon wrapped honey buns. We're just getting a few more worked on here, but we're getting these ready to go into the smoker. We have one for Double A Anthony Alford, Omar Clausel, and myself, Eli Moon. We are going to get after it here. All right, so we're out here now outside. Omar's going to put these bacon wrapped honey buns.
Look how delicious these things look, man. All right, you
onto
ready?
the smoker. Here we go. You see there? You get the sizzle of the smoker. Right there, folks. And we're gonna let these things
Crisp up.
You know?
And you know, I got this maple honey ginger glaze here. We're gonna cover these bad boys every once in a while. We're just gonna open this thing up, turn them around, give them a quick wipe down, and the next time you see them, they will be done.
All right, here they are. You see them. The smoke. are, folks. Bacon wrapped honey buns. We're going to deliver this to AA, so you can also try. Yeah, we're getting after it.
Take this.
Oh, we're here with AA now. Here with AA, and we're gonna just get a little extra crisp on it.
Okay. My apologies. There might be a little bit of pizza in that pan. That's okay.
It's all good.
So what I'm gonna do, you can smell this too. This is heaven. 400 degrees. Let's just run it for a minute.
There it is. A minute, folks. We'll see you then. All right, the minute is up, folks.
All right, so one of the number one items in my household. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I get the plate? Okay, here we go. There's 1, 2. Again, is this warm? Oh, you see the honey bun and it's starting to break apart a little bit?
Wow.
I'll take that one.
Omar did the smoking. AA gave it a little extra crisp. I have done nothing but record everything that's going on. And now we're going to try the bacon wrapped honey buns. Yeah.
Let me first show you guys
Yes.
how the presentation, excuse my microphone here, but look at that. Wow. I just want to, this one, I'm picking this one. This broke while we were putting it back.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, so here you go, boys.
Yeah, good call on AA for crisping these up.
Make sure you take the toothpick out.
Oh my god, this is gonna be amazing.
Can I just say how much it smells really good here?
Oh, wow.
All right. Ooh, I almost left one toothpick.
Omar
All right.
filled in for midnight run again.
Oh, yeah. For a couple days. All right, everybody knows the rules. One bite, well, to the finish.
Oh my god.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
Wow. Come on, man. Oh my god.
Come on, man.
I'm in heaven.
Cue the happy music.
You know what this is? This is chicken and waffles if you added bacon
Yes.
to the waffle.
Don't even need the chicken.
You don't. Actually, bacon and waffles are better than chicken and waffles.
It's like the glaze is just crazy. We did that extra like honey glaze and
Honey maple with a little bit of ginger.
Oh my God. This is... Ladies and gentlemen, please don't make this a normal habit.
But this is, dude,
But-
as you can tell,
like a holiday like cookout. This could be like a nice dessert. You don't have to put too much effort in it, but it would be fire.
dude, you're exactly right.
Wow.
Oh, we're crushed, man.
Wow.
Yeah, this slaps. This is big back behavior right here, folks. Make sure you run this off. Make sure, I know we joke about not actually running on midnight run, but you need to run. All right. Oh, Lord.
Once it gets to the crunchy part, dude.
Got like that nice crisp. Like,
Hold up.
carrot is crazy.
I'm going to try something. This is really, watch this.
No.
Wow.
Let's see here.
Is that ranch?
Yes, sir.
Double A.
Double A, what are you doing? This is insane.
This is unhinged. This
is seriously unhinged.
My finger's covering up. Hold on, folks.
The ranch is
The ranch is...
We got ranch, honey bun, and bacon.
Doesn't work?
Wow. I don't know. Man.
Probably the creaminess from the ranch. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, that's what you come here to see. That was unhinged. that's double A.
That is the very smash or pass.
Smash.
Bacon wrap, honey bun.
Big smash. And listen, I really think the peanut butter and jelly one is great, but smoking it, having that glaze on it,
Yeah.
it just completely changes the game. And
I love peanut butter. I love peanut butter and jelly, but like, my goodness,
this is different. This is a whole universe.
Eli, how are you feeling?
I might change my answer. Dude. This is like I said, it's like a holiday dessert. You could like, if you're like, man, I don't feel like making a pie or something like that, just get some honey buns, get some bacon, get a little glaze on it, and there you can serve those for a holiday. I mean, the undercarriage underneath was just crunch.
It's so good.
I love it. I love it.
For Omar, from Eli, Double A signing off. Amazing. Make sure you run that off. Try it, but then run it off. Good night, everybody.